AB, aka AB negative. Adrien BRONER done did it again, y'all. Everybody done put it out there. Breaking news, breaking news. I told you guys, man, I had faith in AB, but after this one, Omar FIGUEROa, he said, fuck Adrien BRONER, no disrespect. That's it, that's that man words. But let's get into it, man. Adrien, the problem BRONER. You know, coming into this fight, man, it was a whole lot of talk from Adrien BRONER, man. He was upset because they had to do the press conferences, you know what I mean, like via stream, and he felt as though he was being discredited. They was making him out to be lesser than he was. Then you heard reports of Adrien BRONER blowing up in weight. I mean, AB always got some shit going on. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to Pops on Friday, man, when he was talking to Smokey. You know what I mean? Like, y'all always got some shit going on, man. Man, I mean, get the fuck up out of here. Like, AB, I mean, that's how Adrien BRONER is, man. Like, he always got something going on in his life, outside of boxing, I mean, within the realm of boxing. I mean, AB always got some shit going on, man. You know what I'm saying? I said it before, and I'll say it again. People go through things in life, and it makes them a better person, makes them a stronger person. It gives them that resilience. Now, Adrien BRONER, I don't know what's going on, man, because he said he turned his life around. He said that he's 100% focused on boxing, so on and so forth. And then literally, like, right before the fight is supposed to happen, he backs up out of the fight and he claims mental illness. Now, mental illness, that's not a trump card that people should just fuck around and play whenever they don't feel like executing. You know what I mean? You just heard Danny Garcia after he won his last fight with Jose Benavidez. Like, he literally broke down on stage because of everything mentally that he was going through over a year ago. You know what I mean? Before and post Errol Spence fight. Then later on, maybe like a week or so later, then you heard Keith Thurman talking about like his bouts with mental illness. And even recently, I seen that, I believe it was Fight Hype, when they played the interview of Omar FIGUEROa, I guess venting, and as he went to his social media, you know what I mean, like slamming Adrien BRONER. And then Fight Hype, they showed a clip with Omar FIGUEROa himself talking about what he was going through once upon a time with mental illness. So, I mean, like, that shit is real. I mean, fighters go through it. Now, question is, like, if Adrien BRONER was really going through some shit, like, why ain't you come out with this shit like months ago? Matter of fact, why did you even accept the fight? And if you accepted the fight as a fighter, we all know it's not easy to go through training camps. It's not easy at all. But once you put yourself in that position and you sign that contract and you agree to the fight, then if you're not injured physically, you know what I mean, then you have to, you know what I mean, you got to do what you got to do. And that leads me to say this, and it's quite simple, man. Is Adrien BRONER telling the truth, or is he fucking lying? And honestly, I don't know. Take emotion out of that shit, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what AB going through. Only thing that I can say for sure about Adrien BRONER is that he is always going through something. Now, that's a fact. Now, as far as mental illness and mental wellness and balance, I have no idea. And it's not my place to speculate and say that Adrien BRONER doing this, he's going through that. I have no fucking idea. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, at 140, Adrien BRONER said he wants to be a world champion. He wants to be a world champion. We've seen with Teofimo Lopez, we've seen how Tio looked, you know what I mean, against Campa. Teofimo looked good. A lot of people were saying this, that, he ain't had no power and all that, even though he did knock Campa down, and he wound up getting a stoppage. Some people say the stoppage was premature. I mean, it was a 10-round fight. The fight got stopped in the 7th round, and Campa did get off. He was a comparable opponent. He did get off in spots, but when your opponent is beating you the fuck down, and then you're not, you ain't trying to grab. He didn't try to push Tio off. He didn't try to, shit. He ain't try to run. He ain't try to do nothing. He just bent down, crouched down, and was just getting hit with shots. You know what I mean? So, come on, man. You think the ref ain't gonna come in there, and wave that shit the fuck off? You know what I mean? So, that's on Campa. But besides that, Teofimo, he fought a great fight. His mobility looked great. His energy, he was charismatic. You know what I mean? He was entertaining. You seen him doing, jigging and doing a little different shit for the crowd. His punch selection was perfect. Teofimo, he looked good. And that's what I was worried about Teofimo coming into that fight, was his mental situation. Was he able to mentally bounce back from being fucking upset by George Ferocious Kambosos? How was Teofimo Lopez? Was he still fucked up? You know what I mean? And he showed that not only did he come back, but he looked as impressive as ever. And with another fight under his belt, Teofimo not only can look better, but he truly can probably make a run at 140. His skill set, Regis Prograis said, you know what, like it was an okay fight and all that, but he said like the big dogs at 140 would chew him up. You know what, I would love to see it. Because looking at T.O.'s skill set, Regis Prograis, he's a great, strong southpaw, skillful, talented, supposed to be having an upcoming fight, with Zepeda. So, let's just see how things work out. But 140 does have some talent. Ryan Garcia trying to do his thing at 140. And Teofimo Lopez, I think he'll crush Ryan Garcia. Because it's one thing, Ryan Garcia does have speed, has a little bit of pop because he does have that speed. But I must take a page out of Teofimo's book when he just recently said, no matter what you do, timing beats everything. And that's true. Because if you have great timing, if you can anticipate your certain shots, then you can stop a lot of shit. You know what I mean? You just look at marksmanship. As far as, if you don't know what marksmanship is, I'm talking about when somebody has a weapon and they're, aiming down sights at a target. Now, when I was in the military, they taught us some little things called leading your target. You know what I mean? To put the shot where your target is supposed to be. That ain't nothing but timing. You know what I'm saying? In marksmanship terms, that ain't nothing but timing. So in boxing, it's the same thing. So positioning, angle, get your angles right. You know what I mean? Like you can offset and you can time anything. You can time anybody. It doesn't matter how powerful you are, how strong, how durable, how quick, how strong. None of that. If you have great timing, you can disrupt a lot of shit. So Teofimo Lopez was very accurate when he made that statement. Now, Adrien BRONER, we heard talks of him fighting possibly Rolly Romero, which would have been a decent fight for both competitors. Rolly Romero, before Adrien BRONER broke the news, came out and said, you know what? Like that will be the build-up because both of these dudes talk a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like literally, their talk game will not only build up the fight, but it will most certainly sell the fight. Because Rolly, let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? Although Tank was the A side, especially skill-wise, Rolly talk game did build up the fight. Most certainly, without a doubt. If you say otherwise, unfortunately, but you're tripping. But Rolly and Adrien BRONER, like their talk game, their energy, like how they would build the fight up and what they would be saying, like that shit really would, build that fucking fight up. But unfortunately, now Adrien BRONER's career is uncertain. It's uncertain. What is he going to do? Where is he going to go? You know what I mean? Please, smash that like button on your way in or your way out. So, coming into this fight, man, lack thereof. According to Boxing Scene, apparently they did have a contingency for, who knows, if something like this was going to happen, because if you listen to Omar Figueroa and what he said via his post on Twitter, like basically they was waiting for Adrien BRONER to do some crazy shit. Back out of the fight, claim he was hurt on me, whatever. And I think that's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? But you know what? Like I said, according to Boxing Scene, and from what Omar Figueroa said, they did somewhat anticipate something like this happening. Who knows? You know what I mean? They could have heard whispers or rumors, who knows, weeks or days or whatever, you know what I mean, prior to the actual news breaking. I remember when I did a live, like maybe like two lives ago or something like that, like you heard reports of Adrien BRONER, like he blew up in weight. Like you got a fight coming up at, you know what I'm saying, 140. And it was like Adrien BRONER looked like he damn near like 160 or some shit, you know what I mean? And as I said, leading up into the fight, when they was doing the interviews, like Adrien BRONER was like, he was really upset because he was talking about like the fight kept on getting pushed back, and he was like, I ain't never been in a situation where you got like a, what did he say? Like he said some crazy shit like a 5-6 month camp, some crazy shit like that. I mean, what's the drawback of being in shape? That's number one. And number two, if you are really serious and adamant about being a champion at 140, you know what you have to do. So if you just have to stay in shape, stay focused, I mean, that should be an easy part of the game plan. So now he backs out of the fight, and literally with Adrien BRONER backing out of the fight, possibly AB could have just pretty much killed his career. You know what I mean? So now he's AB negative. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about blood types. So now Adrien BRONER could have possibly killed his career because Al Haymon, Stephen Espinosa, I mean, everybody that extended olive branches and leaves to Adrien BRONER, now they put themselves in a position where they're going to have to retract. When Adrien BRONER shit, like just weeks ago, man, like he was cussing out Stephen Espinosa, Al Haymon, everybody. And now on top of that, now you backing out of the fight? I mean, so now, like, who knows if Adrien BRONER is going to be put in a position where he's going to get another opportunity. And not alone being a champion, but just at a tangible, good fight. You know what I mean? Which brings him a decent payday. So if you're talking about being a champion, if you're talking about being paid, your competition stipulates both of those two narratives. Now, if they put him in there with some bull, some bum, you know what I mean, whatever like that, Adrien BRONER, number one, he's gonna be mad. He will be mad as shit. But end of the day, it all comes down to being Adrien BRONER's fault. So me being the person that I am, and I respect all fighters, and I still respect Adrien BRONER, but as a competitor, I honestly must say that he has dropped the ball. Because I have to say, you know what, like Omar FIGUEROa, you know what I mean? Like now you have to show the world proof that you went and you spoke to a mental health professional because of whatever situation you may be going through, and being as though that you couldn't, I guess, account or come to a remedy about whatever was going on, it was going to affect you in your upcoming fight. And as I just got finished saying in the video, you know what I mean? Like your mind is fucked up and you going into a fight. Like one lapse in judgment can possibly alter the way, you know what I mean, you slip up and you defend a shot, and or makes you pause like a deer in the headlight, you get caught with a shot. Any lapse in judgment in the ring could be a downfall, let alone costing you the fight or a possible knockout, but you could actually get hurt. So if you're really going through some shit, I mean, now at this point for Adrien BRONER, he's really going to have to put up or shut up. He's going to have to show the world what's going on at this point. Because if he goes out on that note, if you just, okay, the fight is canceled, and you don't show the world any tangible, you know what I mean? And AB from the block, he from the street, you dig what I'm saying? AB know about that paperwork, you know what I'm saying? So if somebody say something about somebody, something like that, you know what I mean? Like, what we say in the street, you dig what I'm saying? You got to see that paperwork, because talk is cheap. Motherfuckers love to talk, you know what I'm saying? But you got to show me something tangible. So AB can show everybody, you know what I'm saying, like, look, man, hey, this Dr. fucking Seuss, whoever, you know what I mean? And this is my shit, you know, yeah, I'm fucked up, you know what I mean? I think he'll be able to bounce back. But if he is not able to do that, quite possibly, we can't even say we've seen the last of Adrien BRONER, because the man didn't even fight, you know what I mean? So now his career is going to have to end on a fucking terrible note, in my opinion, you know what I mean? Omar FIGUEROa, he's going to live to fight another day. And I'm pretty sure, because, I mean, he seems like he's disciplined, and the energy that he has put out behind Adrien BRONER, ducking out of the fight like that, I mean, you can tell. I mean, Omar FIGUEROa, like he's ready. I mean, he's ready to fight. If anything, that's going to fuel him facing whoever they put in the ring with him. You know what I mean? He's going to get rid of them, and if he gets rid of them in devastating fashion, now he's looking good. I guess trying to move up the 140-pound ladder. So, like I said, like what Teofimo Lopez coming back, putting on that performance, like the division is, like I said, starting to heat up, and AB had a great opportunity, you know what I mean, for possible future fights, whether it's Rolly Romero or whether it's Teofimo Lopez or whoever. But the first step of any of that, you had to get past Omar FIGUEROa. And we knew from past fights that Adrien BRONER, I mean, he has an issue, you know what I'm saying, with fighting, you know what I'm saying, Mexicanos, you know what I'm saying, from McDonough to Mikey Garcia. It's like they got his number. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe AB, like his confidence was shaking. He felt as though, I mean, if his weight or his camp was already in flux or in jeopardy, if it wasn't stable, if he was having an up and down camp, on top of that, you know what I mean, you coming into this fight against a skill set and versus an opponent or a fighting style, rather, you know what I mean, that aggressive Mexican fighting style that you have problems against. So if you have all these negative factors outside of that going against you, now you're going into this fight, you know what I'm saying, and you might get fucked up because you're not right up here. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't mental health, you know what I mean? That's just some other shit. And like I said with Adrien BRONER, man, it's like if you really do have, as they say, a mental problem, a mental illness, and I mean, they try to clean this shit up in all types of ways. If you really do have something going on mentally, really going on mentally, I mean, that's something that you go on record to somebody if you are on that stage. Because a lot of people, a lot of regular people, myself, a lot of, as they say, the Joe Blows, you know what I mean? A lot of people have mental shit that they're going through. Life, circumstances, daily stresses, work issues, home issues, environment issues, whatever. People have a multitude of issues when it comes to mental wellness. You know what I mean? Because mental wellness and mental illness is two different things. I think a lot of people use that mental illness crutch in regards to mental wellness. You know what I mean? Like when you are mentally ill, like your cognitive abilities, you know what I mean? Like it's certain, like you're having a hard time functioning as a functioning human being as far as daily life. You know what I mean? Like whatever that you're going through mentally, who knows? It could affect your mechanical skills, excuse me. You know what I mean? You may not be able to drive, or you may not be able to be around people because you may have a violent outburst or something like that. You may be a danger to other people or to yourselves. So there's different levels, as they say, it's level to this shit. There's levels to mental illness. You know what I mean? So a lot of people may be going through a mental wellness situation, you know what I mean? And that's just like, they just stress the fuck out, you know, which is fair, which is honest. That's a part of life. And Adrien BRONER, in my opinion, I just got finished talking about this shit, but like AB has a lot of mental baggage leading back from the McDonough fight to situations going on outside of the ring, probably also the politics of boxing itself. Adrien BRONER has a lot of mental baggage that he has, you know what I mean? As they say, like in the you see that little prompt telling you got to clean out your cache or whatever. Adrien BRONER has to do that. He has a lot of shit stored in the back of his mind and shit that every now and then, you know what I mean? Like it just keep bursting out the closet. You know what I mean? You can't keep on stuffing shit in there. Eventually, you know what I mean? You go try to open that bitch one day, you know what I mean? Everything's gonna come flushing out at you. That's the type of shit that AB be going through. You know what I mean? You can't keep on compounding shit, you know what I mean? Like you have to start dealing with things. You know what? Dealing with that shit ain't easy. Sometimes that takes people years in order to figure out, decipher, analyze, break down, and deal with a lot of the mental shit that they're going through. And AB is a street nigga, you know what I mean? So he's proud, you know what I mean? So it'll take a lot for AB to get into a situation where, you know what I'm saying, like he has to sit down and talk to an actual mental health professional. Sometimes people can deal with shit by themselves. Sometimes people can deal with shit by talking to their wife or their family or their fucking grandmama, you know what I mean? Their grandpapa, whoever, or a sibling. Or sometimes, you know what I mean, some people have to put that to the wayside and they actually have to talk to fucking Dr. Phil or whoever the fuck, you know what I mean? And they need that specialty or they need that person because that is their specialty. And they need to be able to sit down and just, you know what I mean, like close their eyes as they do, you know what I mean, just let it all pour the fuck out. You know what I mean? And have somebody else help them put the pieces back together. Maybe Adrien BRONER is at that position in his life, and if he is, he has to be an adult. You're a family man. You got kids, so you got to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying, for your family. So if you can't do that, if whatever you're going through is preventing you from doing what you love to do, which is that's fight. You're a fighter. AB, I mean, he's one of those people like fighting is all he know. You don't hear about. I haven't heard about. I ain't saying he don't, but I haven't heard about Adrien BRONER doing anything outside of boxing as far as other ventures, real estate, whatever. I haven't seen him doing that shit or it being talked about like a Mikey Garcia, because you always see Ellie Sack back. Shout out to Ellie. You know what I mean? He's always with Robert. Or shout out to RGBA, but he always with Mikey and outside of the gym, like on some daily life type shit. And like Mikey Garcia, like outside of boxing, you know what I mean? Like he's very active in different ventures outside of boxing. So besides the sport of boxing, Mikey Garcia is making money doing real estate, other ventures and shit like that. And that's very smart. And a lot of fighters need to put themselves in that position because it's a couple of things that boxing do not have that can be detrimental to your, I guess, how you live once you walk away from the sport. And that's a health plan and that's a retirement plan. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people give credit to Al Heyman because he not only, I guess, secures certain fights and paydays for his fighters, but he also helps them set up and work on what they're going to do outside of boxing. You know what I mean? Like Danny Garcia, you know what I mean? Like they always give Al Heyman that credit. And Adrien BRONER, he been rocking with Al Heyman. So, I mean, hopefully Adrien BRONER did take a page out of his book or he took some guidance from Al Heyman and he did involve himself with ventures outside of boxing that he can or that can be lucrative, that he can make money to support himself and his family or whatever that he may want to do. And also Floyd Mayweather, you know what I mean? So I know their relationship may be not the same as it used to be, but hey, at the same time, once upon a time they were cool. So hopefully when they were cool, this is Adrien BRONER and Floyd Money Mayweather. He was able to absorb some of that knowledge from Floyd. Turn his light, man. You know what I'm saying? It looks like it's about to rain out this bitch, man. So it's dark as shit now. But yeah, man, like hopefully, like he learned some shit from Floyd. Because if AB didn't learn anything from Floyd, man, it's like I really feel bad for the brother, man. You know what I mean? Because him walking away from this fight like that, it really, in my opinion, it's not a good look. I mean, a fight is like damn a fucking week away. You know what I mean? It's a week away, and I was really looking forward to seeing how Adrien BRONER was going to perform between Teofimo Lopez and Adrien BRONER. Like these are two combat fights that I was really looking at, even more so than Anthonyjoshua and Usyk. You know what I mean? Even though Usyk is fresh off the battlefield, Anthonyjoshua was, you know what I mean, coming back, trying to reset himself for a loss and get his belts back. As I said, he's with Robert Garcia, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of changes within that fight. That's also a huge fight. But more so, like I said, I was looking, wanted to see what Teofimo Lopez was going to do, what was Adrien BRONER going to do, because Teofimo Lopez could have lost his life from, you know what I mean, having the mental situation going on when he went and fought Cambosis. And Adrien BRONER, like I said, you know what I mean, like just him coming back to the sport after another loss, just the constant pressure from that. It's like I wanted to see what he was going to do. And his whole narrative throughout everything was, man, fuck everything, man. Like he's like, I just want to be a champion again. It's like he missed that feeling. He missed that energy. He missed that esteem of carrying himself like a champion. You know what I mean? But the truth is, like being a champion, yes, you are certified as a champion if you have a title or if you have a belt. But in my opinion, everybody to a degree, if you're a fighter, man, you could be called a champion. But being a true champion, as Danny Garcia like to say, is how you carry yourself, how you conduct your business, and everything, all the way around, all of the above. And Adrien BRONER always kind of, he didn't really get that, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you don't get past certain things within your career, whatever like that, it's always going to be hard for you to take your career, quote unquote, to the next level. But as I said, I respect all fighters, man. You know what I mean? Anybody to step into the ring, I give these brothers credit, man. You got to give them credit. You got to show them love. You know what I mean? To a degree, you got to show them respect. And a lot of people, man, always came at Adrien BRONER. It was like, what did he do to you personally? You know what I mean? Like, what the AB do to you personally that you feel like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't fuck with him or you're upset with the guy. I never understood that shit about people. You know what I'm saying? Like, people was actually, like, upset with fucking AB. Like, he did something to him personally. You know what I mean? And I never understood that shit. You dig what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, like I said, look, with Adrien BRONER, who knows how his future is going to look? I mean, moving forward, who knows, man? You know what I mean? But I know one thing, AB, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know what's going to happen with, you know what I'm saying, with the brother, man. Hopefully he's able to bounce back. And like I said, if he really is going through something that mentally has him fucked up in the game, hopefully, and I wish blessings on him, more importantly, his family, because like, outside of everything, like I said, he's still a father, you know what I mean? He still have kids that he has to raise and give insight and knowledge to. And sometimes it's hard to do that if your mind and if your mental state ain't right. So hopefully the Adrien BRONER can get the help that he needs, if he needs that help. And hopefully, you know what I mean? Like I said, he can move on. But talking about the 140-pound division, man, real quick. Like I said, Teofimo Lopez, he looked explosive. He looked in great shape. A lot of people were saying that he looked small coming into the fight with Pedro Campa. But Teofimo Lopez, man, like I said, he made, like I said, he made weight. Matter of fact, I believe I do. Teofimo Lopez, he weighed in at 138.8 against Campa, and Campa weighed in at 139.4. So, he made weight fairly easily. He probably rehydrated to maybe like one, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know what I mean? Like maybe 140 something, who knows, like 145, but he didn't look too heavy coming into the fight. He was very lean, very agile, very quick. His mobility, that's one of the things that I looked at against Teo, his mobility. His mobility, was very good. He was moving, he was dancing, you know what I'm saying? Like his footwork, even though he's not a natural switch hitter, he was switching the southpaw stance. You know what I mean? Like playing with Campa a little bit. I did like to see that. Who knows? That could be something that he has worked on. Naturally, he was working on it because I believe that he did speak about that. But you can tell he's not fluent as far as fighting the southpaw stance. So he was switching up, you know what I mean, real quick. But his footwork looked good. His energy looked good. Like I said, he was very charismatic. He was dancing, interacting, and entertaining the crowd. And shit, for that matter, you know what I mean, Campa himself. But like I said, Pedro Campa, man, he was a game opponent. He was catching, you know what I'm saying, Teofimo with some shit from here and there. But Teofimo, like I said, he was just a better boxer. He was just a better fighter, you know what I mean? Like the shit that he was doing with his movement, his footwork, you know what I mean, was just explosive, you know what I mean? Anytime you doing jump hooks and you catching people with jump hooks and shit, you know what I mean? Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like that tells you, you know what I mean, like what you doing in the ring. And like I said, it was a great fight, man. Like I said, 140 is looking pretty good. And like I said, Ryan Garcia, I pray that he gets a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. Supposedly those talks are reactivated. But Ryan Garcia, who knows? He can just be trying to cash out. 'Cause he said he don't care nothing about titles. He just wants, I guess, the best fights. But sometimes the best fights, they come with titles. Because the best fights generally involve the best fighters. And the best fighters, in my opinion, you know what I mean? Like, they would like to have or generally have titles. Unless they didn't get their shot yet. Like a Jaron Ennis. So, Ryan Garcia, he may not want or find an interest in titles, but guess what? If you're trying to fight the higher echelon or whatever division that you in, chances are whoever you fight, they're going to have a title, or at least they're on a run to try to get a title. So if you are Ryan Garcia, man, like trying to fight at 140, I think Ryan Garcia himself is going to have some issues at 140 because everybody that he's fought, they're, I mean, they may be okay. But like Regis Prograis said, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't fight no killers. You know what I mean? Like somebody that really can give you a run for your money. And it's a few fighters like that. You know what I mean? Like some people say Virgil Ortiz has fought better competition than Jaron Ennis. You know what I mean? If so, maybe. Truth of the matter, it don't matter. Because in my opinion, both of their skill sets exceed their opponents. That's why I said a Virgil Ortiz and a Jaron Ennis, like these guys have to fight each other. Because depending upon, it don't matter if you're 130, 135, 140, 147, 54, 60, 68, it don't matter. If you are climbing that ladder and you're trying to be the best, you're trying to fight the best, then you have to strive to face the best of that division. I truly understand you have to fight who they put in front of you. You know what I mean? Because that's all you can do. That's all Jaron Ennis has done. That's all Virgil Ortiz have done for the most part. I mean, whoever they put in front of you, you got to take them out. You know what I mean? And hopefully, if you get the opportunity to fight an elite competitor like Bud Crawford said when he was talking about Jaron Ennis, if you deserve to fight these elite competitors, and once you get the opportunity to, it's two different things. Because once you finally get that opportunity, then you have to step up and you have to shine under the lights. You know what I mean? And shout out to Floyd. You know, it's like a lot of people look good. A lot of people look good, inspired, and all that, man. But once they get under them lights, they don't look the same. Look like two totally different fighters. But some fighters, once they get under them lights, they excel. You know what I mean? And for the most part, Virgil Ortiz, he has done that. And for the most part, Jaron Ennis also has done that. So they will not only be okay in their respective division, but I look for them to conquer, you know what I mean, a couple of divisions, especially Jaron Ennis. That's what he said he wanted to do. He wants to conquer 147, I mean, move up, conquer 154, move up, conquer 160, move up. And he said possibly he may end his career at 68. He feels as though he don't want to get no bigger than that because of his frame. But that's still a hell of a career. If you are able to not only set out, but if you're able to accomplish that, because literally what he's saying is, I want to be undisputed in each of those divisions. So that's being undisputed at 47, 54, 60, and 68. So not only are you talking about being a 4-division champion, but you're talking about being a 4-division undisputed champion. I mean, that's phenomenal. That's not only phenomenal work, a phenomenal feat, but if you are successful, that is a phenomenal career. You will be remembered forever. You know what I mean? Especially by the greats of your day and by the greats that, Lord willing, you know what I mean, still breathe today, who still follow and still, you know what I mean, and go to fights and all that shit. Like Roy Jones, you know what I mean, Anthony Joshua, Paulie Malignaggi, you know, these kind of guys, like Mike Tyson. Like these guys will have the opportunity to know your name and talk about, you know what I'm saying, and compare you with them as fighters, but also fighters of their age and their day. That's when you truly are on another level. You know what I mean? When they compare you to these fighters and they be like, you know what, he's great, this, that. Like, to a degree, man, Mike Tyson fuck with Floyd, you know what I'm saying? But only thing, it seems like Mike Tyson got a problem with Floyd is when Floyd be like, basically, he's the best ever and all that kind of shit. And then Mike Tyson bring up 5 fucking fighters, you know what I'm saying, from his day and before that have fucking not only stellar records, but they have accomplished much more than Floyd Mayweather did. So my opinion is, man, it doesn't matter what you do in the sport of boxing. It don't matter what division you're in. You know what I mean? None of that matters. The only thing that matters is you should strive for greatness. That's it. Because boxing is too uncertain. Boxing is too dangerous for you to strive for anything less. If you're not trying to be the best fighter of your generation, of your era, of your lifetime, then you're doing something wrong. Whether you accomplish it or not is irrelevant, but that's what you should strive for. You know what I'm saying? Because the great fighters, whoever, anybody that you can name, that's what they did. You know what I mean? That's what they did. They strive to be the greatest. Shout out to Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? They strive to be the greatest. And if you strive to, even if you're a fucking analyst, a fucking fry cook at fucking McDonald's, whatever you is, you know what I mean? Like, strive to be the best at it. You dig what I'm saying? Just because you're the best at it don't mean that you will be doing that for the rest of your life. This means like if you were doing something that they equate to, as I said, whether you're a fry dude, you cook burgers or whatever. Look, man, everybody got a job. Everybody got a role. Everybody got something that they good at. You know what I mean? Everybody has to start somewhere. So just because this is where you are at, hey, that may not mean this is where you're going to end up. So if this is a point where you're starting at, and if it may be at the bottom of the barrel, you know what I mean? If it may be doing something that you quote unquote hate, trust me, be the best at it. You know what I mean? I don't particularly like my job, but I'm very good at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very good worker. I work extremely hard, and I pride myself on that. But once you find yourself doing something that you like, that you love, then that's what you're supposed to do. That's what, as they say, that's what you're supposed to do. Because your career or something that you love to do is something that, end of the day, that you would enjoy doing it even if you weren't getting paid for it. Even if they're not paying you for it. I ain't making a dime from it. But you know what? I can wake up and I can do it day in and day out. That is what I'm talking about. And fighters, especially before you get to that quote-unquote pinnacle, like that is what it has to be, because it's a lonely life being a fighter. And it takes, some people never get to that stage. You look at Blair Cobbs. Blair Cobbs is in his fucking 30s. I think Blair Cobbs is like 33. And he has never, not only fought elite competition, but he has never fought anybody in the top 5 of his division. And to be honest with you, I hate to say it, but it don't look like he'll get that opportunity. He'll never get an opportunity to fight somebody like Jaron Ennis. He's not going to get an opportunity to fight somebody like Spence or fight somebody like Crawford. And the rest of the guys coming up within the division itself, you have some fucking talent. You know what I mean? So Blair Cobb's trying to climb that proverbial ladder. That shit ain't going to be easy at all. You know what I mean? So it can be, Blair Cobbs can be fucking 36 by the time you get close to the top 5, let alone crack into the top 5 and fight anybody. So the sport of boxing is I mean, this shit is like a Twilight Zone, dog. You know what I mean? This shit is like the fucking X-Files. You know what I mean? So much politics. If you're not, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't clicked up with certain, you know what I mean, people or groups or situations and shit, you may never see the light of day as far as being a top, you know what I'm saying, a top 5 competitor, maybe a top 10 competitor. So if you really getting in front of mud, you not only have to have skill, but you have to also have, you know what I'm saying, incredible drive, you know what I mean, incredible focus, incredible tenacity. And once you have certain, I guess all of these characteristics, or you have some, because life is about learning, life is about lessons. You ain't got to have all the tools, but it's good to have some, and it's good, also great to acquire the rest, hopefully over a duration of time. That's why you say every time or every day that you get up, you rise with purpose. You know what I mean? You try to be better than the person that you was yesterday. You know what I mean? What I didn't know yesterday, who knows, if I'm blessed, maybe I get the opportunity to learn today. If you're a boxer, if you're a fighter, you know what I mean? If you went over drills, something that you try to pick up in sparring yesterday, but you struggled at it, you know what? Dust yourself off, go to the gym with a clear mind, with a clear focus, and you attack it again. And if you don't get it this day, hopefully you'll get better, and then you'll get it the next day. Or if you don't get it the next day, hopefully you'll get closer. That's just how it is. That's how it is with anything. You know what I mean? You have to strive to be the best at it. And a part of being the best at it is having that tenacity to learn and to realize, you know what? I don't know it all. And if I fail, you have to be strong enough and have enough self-character to, you know what, say, you know what? Yeah, I ain't get it. I fucked up. Yeah, I failed. But you know what? I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? That is what fucking life is about. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Shot on some Rocky shit. You know what I mean? Rocky was like, life will beat you down, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I love the fight game. Shout out to Rocky. Shout out to Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I love the fight game. You know what I mean? Because life will beat you down. And if you're a weak motherfucker, man, you know what I'm saying? Not only will you stay down, but you will become the person that life wants you to be. And what I mean by that is this. When people go through shit, you know what I'm saying? As I say, once they get beat down by circumstances, life or whatever, and they don't know how to bounce back from it, you know what I mean? Like, people become vengeful, people become hateful, spiteful, like just negative, fucked up people. You know what I'm saying? Like hating ass niggas, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, like, everybody up in this motherfucker, like, you know, people that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, always talking about niggas, you know what I'm saying? Always being negative and shit, always talking shit. You're not trying to build nobody up. You're only trying to destroy. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like that, people like that is the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? People like that have been either hurt, destroyed, something has truly happened to them, and they have never been able to recover for it. And it has turned them into that type of person. And everybody has the benefit and the ability to change, but that takes time and that takes work. You know what I'm saying? And you have to put that work in. Same principles of being a fucking excellent fighter. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jose Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Like, during a press conference of the past fight with him and Danny Garcia, he was like, even a bad fighter does something good. You know what I mean? So that's why you never go into a fight and you always think, you know what? Like my opponent is, you know what I mean, soft. I ain't got to put 110 in this fucking camp and shit. I'm like, why the fuck I'm gonna kill myself? Like, this dude a fucking bum. I give y'all niggas 50. You know what I'm saying? I give y'all 50. You know what I mean? For real, I gotta go out tonight. Nah. Every day you have to show up. Every day you have to give 110, 150. You have to give everything that you have, because that next or that quote unquote bum or opponent that you think that you're going to get the leg up on, because if nobody may not know who the fuck they are, how to spell their name, where they came from, they can't mention one fight they had. But if they're the kind of people or the kind of fighter that realizes they have to seize the opportunity that comes to them, that's number one. But if they realize that, you know what, they have to train, and for any opponent, for every opponent, like, is their last opponent, you know what I mean, or their greatest challenge. Like, those motherfuckers are dangerous. You know what I mean? Why you think people like Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez, despite whatever position or stature that they may have, like, these dudes train like fucking savages. Like Floyd Mayweather, this motherfucker own a nightclub, own a strip club, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they go out to the club, everybody drinking, partying, having a good time. Floyd drinking fucking water. You know what I'm saying? Or Floyd do some fucking Houdini shit, and he gets up and he leaves and shit. And then the next thing you know, you see Floyd being videoed on Instagram or by somebody and shit, you know what I mean? And Floyd running fucking 10 miles from fucking where? You know what I'm saying? In the middle of the fucking night. You know what I mean? After leaving the fucking club. You know what I mean? Canelo be in the gym working like a motherfucking savage. You dig what I'm saying? And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, shout out to Jaron Boots Ennis, man, because although Jaron Boots Ennis is a fucking beast, a generational talent, a generational fucking talent, Jaron Boots Ennis trains like, I mean, I'm telling y'all, when he gets the opportunity to become a world champion, he is going to be a world champion for a long time. And once he becomes undisputed, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, like, it don't matter if he don't get a chance to fight Errol or Bud at 47, guess what? And they go to 154, they better do the damage or do whatever they gonna fucking do, because if Boots clears out, you know what I'm saying, if he clears out 147 quick, if he gets everything quick, he set it himself. I'm not lingering the fuck around, you know what I mean? Like, that's my goal, to get or to be undisputed at 47. And once you accomplish that goal, then I'm moving up. So if they are there, that's why I said I respect Bud Crawford, because Bud was on some shit like, he gave Boots, not only he gave Boots his respect, but he said, you know what, you know what I mean? He said, if the opportunity comes, He said, I would love to, you know what I'm saying? I would love to fight Boots, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I'll take it all. I did a video about that shit. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Video's doing well right now. You know what I'm saying? But like between him and Spence, like Bud is the only one like to be not only acknowledging Jaron Boots Ennis, but he be giving Boots his props. Because see, Bud know and he respect and he sees not only the skill and the skill set, but he sees the danger. He sees the threat. And he knows that's exactly what Jaron Boots Ennis is. He's not just a fucking, you know what I'm saying, an opponent. He is a threat. You know what I mean? So everything that you have, whether it be a WBO champion, IBF champion, WBA, WBC, he is a threat to what you have. And if you're trying to hold on to that motherfucking shit, you know what I'm saying? And if you face that man, your chances are he may fucking take it. And it doesn't matter who you are. If you are Errol Spence Jr. or Terence Crawford, you have to look at Jaron Boots and his body of work. Fuck the opponent. Everybody that he has faced, and he's almost 30 fights in, he's taken them out by the 6th round. So no matter how good you are, even if you are quote unquote an elite competitor, you have to look at that one stat and realize that guess what? When round 4 get here, when round 5 get here, this motherfucker might start doing some tricky shit, and that could be my last round. Boots is fucking notorious for saying, like, I haven't even had to go on my bag yet. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't had to show motherfuckers like half of the shit that I'm able to do. You know what I mean? But you hear people who've been into the gym, that train with Boots. I forgot the brother name, man, but he was in my chat, one live, man. Shout out to Philly. And he was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they train with Jaron Boots Ennis, you know what I mean? He was like, man, like, they seen a couple of my videos, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that shit, you know what I mean? Because I've done a lot of Jaron Boots Ennis, you know what I'm saying, videos. And I'm from Philly. So between the two, it's like, yeah, I got to show love to my city. But the beautiful part about that shit is, it's like, it's not even some bandwagon shit, you know what I'm saying? Because his talent, his skill speaks for itself. So as a fan, you know what I mean? Like, me being from the same city is just what it is. But as far as, you know what I mean, Jaron Ennis' skill set, his talent, what he is doing in the boxing world, and what he possibly can accomplish, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I respect. And Jaron Boots Ennis moving forward, you know what I mean? He's 25 years old, you know what I mean? Just imagine by the time he's the age of a Crawford, by the time he's the age of a Spence, you look at what he can accomplish. You look at where he is at right now. You look at the doors that he is knocking on right now at 25 years of age. You know what I'm saying? What I believe is 29 fights and 27 knockouts. A 90% knockout ratio. You know what I mean? He's a big welterweight. Jaron Boots Ennis stands at, I believe, 5'10", 5'11", you know what I mean? 74-inch arm reach. I mean, like, Boots is going to be a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for anybody. And I recently just seen some shit, and I was talking about this shit about Sebastian Fundora. And I didn't see it at the time, you know what I mean? I happened to be scrolling through Sebastian Fundora page. I found out 2 things that I didn't fucking know. And one of the things was Sebastian Fundora is, like, his sister fights. And I didn't know that. I didn't fucking know that. And not only does she fight, but she's also a southpaw. And she is also good, you know what I mean? She's a good fighter, you know what I mean? I made a tweet about it, and I tagged her in the tweet, and she actually, you know what I mean, showed me some love, and she liked it, you know what I'm saying? She came up on my phone, I was like, man, that's dope. But besides that, he also made a post about, and if you go to Sebastian Fundora, if you go to his page on Twitter, and at the top of the bio, it says, yes, I can make 147. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this nigga trying to be, I said, Sebastian Fundora trying to fuck with the welterweight division? And then I started scrolling down, you know what I mean? Then I seen a post that he did, and he was saying that, you know what I mean? Like, if he can't get Charlo at 54, and he was saying this shit back when it was Charlo Castano 2, that he's like, if he can't get Charlo, then he wanted to try to and possibly go down and make a run at Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, Sebastian Fundora, this motherfucker 6'6", an 80-inch reach advantage. 80. This motherfucker can hit you halfway across the ring. You know what I mean? And for somebody that's 6'6", he fights on the inside like he's a smaller guy. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying, like a lot of people, if you don't understand how much of an ability that is for you to be a bigger guy and for you to be able to compact your style and get on the inside and not only trade, but be effective when you fight an opponent. You know what I'm saying? You look at Ugas is also very good at that. You know what I mean? He displayed that when he fought Sean Porter, and he most certainly displayed that when he fought Manny Pacquiao. Ugas is also good at that. But Sebastian Fundora, this dude is 6'6". 6'6". And he be compacting his style, man. Like I said, I mean, he be throwing fucking, his uppercut game is vicious. And imagine somebody with an 80-inch reach hitting you with an uppercut. It's like getting uppercut by a fucking crowbar. You know what I mean? So if you on the inside and you getting caught with a shot, you know what I mean? Like he ain't gotta travel that his reach and contact point, it doesn't have to travel that much. You know what I mean? So if he gets on the inside, he can literally just boop. You know what I mean? And if he can generate enough power, you know what I mean, from his legs, imagine, like I said, look how tall he is. So it doesn't take much for him to generate that power to be disruptive when he throw those shots. And by the time he throw a couple of uppercuts, cuz he waking you the fuck up like a pot of coffee, man. Look what he did to Erickson Lubin. He picked Erickson Lubin apart, and those uppercuts, you know what I mean, especially the one that dropped him, you know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, man, you know what I mean? I just couldn't imagine Sebastian Fundora fighting at 147 pounds. He's already the biggest guy at 154 as far as, you know what I mean, his height and all that. But if he go down to 147, this dude would be the biggest guy in the fucking division. You know what I mean? And as far as his skill set would allow him to not only be disruptive, but his skill set would allow him to make a run. You know what I mean? Sebastian Fundora, if he moved to 147, he can cause fucking problems. And I said, if he fought Jaron Ennis, that would be a good fight for Boots. And I said, as talented as Jaron Ennis is, I said, I had to pump the brakes, and I had to say, you know what? Even as nice as Boots is and shit, Sebastian Fundora could make that fight tricky for Boots. Because I said, if Sebastian Fundora, if he develops his jab, you know what I mean? If he develops his jab, you know what I mean? Work on that 1-2, you know what I mean? Like, he can be damn near fucking unstoppable because his reach is so fucking long. So if he can imagine him getting a dominant, not only a dominant jab, you know what I'm saying, but also having a nice, strong power jab, you know what I mean? And then, you know, oh my God, man, I'm telling you, man, Sebastian Fundora, dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if he's able to get, you know what I'm saying, like, get that left hand, you know what I mean, clicking, I mean, that reach is ridiculous, you know what I mean? So if you can get your time, like I was talking about timing earlier, if your timing is right, like, distance as far as Sebastian Fundora, is like he's a cheat code because his reach is so fucking long, you know what I mean? So this motherfucker can throw a shot, and he already halfway across the street. So if you get caught slipping, you know what I mean, trying to close that distance because he's so long, his length is so great. If you get caught slipping trying to come on the inside, I mean, you gonna fucking wind up running into something. You know what I mean? And then it's gonna be bad because you gonna run into something, and then you will already be at a distance. You know what I mean? So all he literally has to do is take one step. Sebastian Fundora closing the gap or closing the distance is better than anybody else because he's so long. You know what I mean? So his step, he's like fucking Bigfoot. You know what I mean? He take one step. You know what I mean? That's two of yours. You know what I mean? So, oh man. You know what I'm saying? When I thought about it and I was talking about that fight, but I'm literally breaking that shit down. Like, man, this motherfucker not only causes problems, but I said it doesn't matter how talented his opponent is. The fact that Fundora, he not only has a good skill set, but he's able to utilize his reach, his distance, and if he gets better at it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the things that makes dmitrybivol so devastating. And I told people that when he was going into the Canelo fight. People was like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, Canelo this, Canelo that. Go back and check out my videos. You know what I'm saying? You type in Canelo Bivol, whatever. You go back and watch them videos. I said that shit even before the motherfucking fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, the problems that Bivol was going to give Canelo. Number one, because he didn't fear Canelo. He had no fear. When they had the fucking face off and Dmitry Bivol stepped up and he fought, they did the face off with Canelo Alvarez. You look at Bivol fucking face, and Bivol was on some shit like, I don't give a fuck who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like on some street shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I will fuck you up. Period. And Canelo was looking at him like, Canelo seen that shit in his fucking eyes, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about how many of y'all have ever been in a fight. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's one thing, like my uncle taught me, like back in the day, man, it's like, you never be afraid of somebody that's bigger than you. Never be afraid of somebody bigger than you. He's like, because if somebody that's bigger than you is generally will be a bitch. Because the first thing they doing is using their size or whatever, whether it's height or whether it's mass or whatever, to intimidate you. So if you allow that shit to get inside your head, inside your heart, you already lost the fight. But if you shed the fear of that shit, then they're going to pick up that shit in you, and then it's going to make, you know what I'm saying, why, like you see a smaller dog trying to go up against a bigger dog. Same thing. You know what I mean? Like little dog, it don't matter how big that motherfucker is, you know what I'm saying? Like the motherfucker still is going to bark, and he's going to stand up for himself. It's the same principle and shit. And then sometimes you may see the smaller animal, smaller dog, cat, whatever, you may see them, you know what I'm saying, get the benefit of that motherfucking fight even before it starts, you know what I mean? Because the big dog realized, you know what I mean, like, damn, this little motherfucker might be a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's the same principle. And Bivol, he showed that shit, you know what I mean? Especially as far as in that situation, you're talking about skill, because they were talking about Canelo's skill set being the dominant threat. And I said, look, when I was looking at the way Bivol was training, when I was looking at his skill set, and a lot of those European, like I said, that Russian style, you know what I mean? Like, when these guys are coming up, especially like, you know what I'm saying, in the, you know what I mean, the amateurs and all that, let alone if they go to the Olympics, like these guys have fought and seen every style from all over the fucking world. That's number one. And number two, Bivol, like his mid-range game, when I seen the way that he was, when I seen the way he was throwing his shots, I saw what he was doing. It's like Bivol is like very calculative, you know what I'm saying? It's like he measures his opponents when they're closing the distance, you know what I mean? And then he was measuring his shots, placing his shots where his opponent was going to end up once they closed the distance. And by him doing that, it's like he always kept his opponent at arm's reach. You know what I mean? Because that's where he always placed his punches. He wasn't placing his shots on the inside, like if his opponent was going to get that close. He was placing his shots right here. You know what I mean? So it's like when his opponent is, you know what I mean, is coming in trying to close the distance after they reset, whether they're turning or whatever they're doing, whatever, he always established that reach. You know what I mean? He always established that distance. And every time that he got close to Canelo, it was generally when they were on the ropes. And even when they got on the ropes, Bivol got busy, and then he got the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo wasn't used to that. Canelo, just like Errol Spence, they are used to, once they get their opponent on the ropes, they start breaking them down. They start chopping them the fuck down. You know what I mean? And Bivol, he wasn't falling for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Bivol, he got in, defended himself well, he got busy, he got off, and then he got the fuck up out of there. And a couple of times, like I see, he got Canelo, Canelo with some good shots, and then Canelo was come on back. Like, nah, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Bivol was like, nah, motherfucker, yeah, you come get this shit. He was smart. You know what I mean? And as I'm saying, once you got to have that intelligence, man. You can't have that motherfucking fear. You can't have that fear, bro. And so when I talk about fear, let me, you know what I mean, smash that like button, y'all way in or on your way out, man. God bless. And also start, you know what I'm saying, putting the comments up there, man. You know what I mean? Get involved. But take it back, man, to Adrien BRONER, y'all. I told people, and I did a video about this shit, I said, Adrien BRONER, he ain't been right since he fought Maidana. He ain't been right since he fought Maidana. It's a lot of baggage that Adrien BRONER is carrying around. And it all stems from that fucking fight. When you talk about the boxing aspect of Adrien BRONER's life, there's a lot of fucking shit that AB is dealing with that he still carry around with him in here, up here, from that Maidana fight. And he still, I'm sorry, people may not agree with me, but I'm telling you, he still has some fear behind that shit. That's why he don't throw punches, because he don't want to, you know what I'm saying, he don't want to be throwing some shit and then you get caught with some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he did with May fucking Donnie. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to do that. You know what I mean? The fact that for the first time in his career, he was down twice in that fight. You know what I mean? And he got hurt multiple times. And although he said that he broke Maidana's jaw, which I didn't know until Adrien BRONER himself said it. Okay, I ain't gonna call the man a liar, but he said he broke Maidana's jaw. He said Maidana came at him on a later, you know what I mean, date and was like, man, like he tough as shit. And when you really look at it, Adrien BRONER is tougher than the motherfucker, because although he did go down multiple times in that fight, he did get caught with some shit in that fight. Maidana didn't knock him out. You know what I'm saying? Maidana didn't knock him out. Maidana couldn't stop him. Maidana couldn't finish him. So, which pretty much put Maidana on that pedestal, because after that he went on and, like I said, he fought Floyd, I believe, twice. And then he had, you know what I'm saying, the biggest paydays that he has ever seen or had. And then from that, he fucking left the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, man, can't fuck around with Floyd. This motherfucker was able to cash out. But it started with Adrien BRONER. You know what I mean? And Adrien BRONER, like, he was always there. He was always their draw. He was always, you know what I'm saying, like that ticket. And it's like now he's lost that luster, you know what I'm saying, over the years. You know what I'm saying? Like before, it's like because of his talk game, his energy, like a lot of that shit could sell the fight. But now, like Rolly is kind of taking over that, you know what I mean? He's kind of taking over that mantle of being, quote unquote, the talker of the game. You know what I'm saying? Him and Blair Cobbs, like these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, be talking themselves into fights. And you know what I mean? Sometimes talking themselves out of fights. You know what I mean? But differences between those two, Adrien BRONER is, in my opinion, he's a better fighter than both of those guys. But AB just don't throw his fucking hands. You know what I mean? That's his biggest liability. That is his biggest hang up to anybody. That's the first thing they gonna say. Yeah, AB might have been nice at one point, or AB might be nice, but he don't throw no fucking punches and shit. How you gonna win a fight if you don't throw no punches? You can't counter the whole fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people always say. And if you make that argument, you know what I'm saying, or if you initiate that argument, I mean, theoretically, you're right, because you can't. And AB, like, that's where he falls, or that's what he seems to do. Like, he always tries to, you know what I'm saying, I mean, counter or out-counter his opponent. Danny Garcia is a phenomenal counterpuncher, but Danny Garcia, he also boxes. He doesn't go the whole fight, you know what I mean, trying to do that shit. He did it a little bit more than he should with Errol Spence. And that's why he wound up, you know what I'm saying, getting behind in that fight, on top of him being dominated by Errol Spence's jab and distance and his timing. You know what I mean? But then at the later rounds of the fight, then Danny tried to step it up. But at that point, it's too fucking late. You know what I mean? It's too late. You can't, you know what I mean? You done dug the fucking hole for yourself now. And there ain't no ladder for you to try to climb out that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So you in deep and you gonna have to stay there. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, it sucks for Adrien BRONER, man. It really does. Because like I said, him at 140, and he said he wasn't going down to 135. Everybody was saying, yeah, I mean, he was best at 130, all that. That don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Wherever a fighter is at and wherever a fighter wants to campaign at, that's all you can talk about. Don't talk about what they fucking used to do, because what they used to do ain't what they doing right now. And what he is doing right now, or should have been doing right now, is fucking representing that 140. But he couldn't do it. And I think that, I could be wrong, but you look at what Teofimo Lopez did, number one, and how Teofimo Lopez looked, number two, coming back fighting at 140 pounds. And I had to ask myself, like, damn, if you Adrien BRONER, are you looking at this motherfucker like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's this type of shit I got to deal with, you know what I mean? That's number one. And then on top of that, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man, like, he had a layoff coming back after, you know what I mean, devastating loss and all that, you know what I'm saying? And if you look at how Teofimo, what he went through in that fight and how he looked in that fight, and then you look at how he came back, that was impressive. That was impressive. And you heard people talking about, you know what I'm saying, okay, where's Oscar De La Hoya? Where's such and such? Where, you know what I mean, where Golden Boy? Where their representation at? You know what I mean? They wasn't nowhere to be found and shit. You know what I'm saying? They weren't trying to answer no questions about, you know what I mean, okay, what could be going on with a possible Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia fight? They ain't trying to answer them questions after they seen how Teofimo Lopez looked. Because the way Teofimo Lopez looked in that fight, and the way that he could potentially look once he gets another fight under his belt, I mean, because his time is only going to get better. You know what I mean? He said himself he didn't spar until the last 2 weeks of camp. So you went through a whole fucking camp and you only sparred 2 weeks. Generally, I mean, usually, I mean, fighters do that if they hurt. But he said it wasn't a matter of him being hurt. It was really, you know what I mean? Like he said physically, he was still bouncing back from, I guess, his injury, whatever like that. And the mental weight of, you know what I mean, being upset by Kambosos. So he was going through, I guess, physical hurdles from him having that situation where, like, he had some kind of tear in his larynx or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, it was like the motherfucker shouldn't even been fighting. He could have died and all that kind of shit. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, like I said, you got upset by, you know what I'm saying, by Kambosos and shit, you know what I mean? Knocked down, even though he did knock him down too, but still, motherfucker knocked you down, all that. Knocked you down, beat you up, you know what I'm saying? Had you sliced the fuck open and shit, you know what I'm saying? Your whole face looking all red like a fucking apple. You know what I mean? Kambosos, he beat him. It's one thing when shit get controversial and people can be like, you know what I'm saying? Well, nah, the fight was 50-50, this, that, and the third. But it's different, you know what I'm saying? When everybody know and everybody say, you know what I'm saying, that he beat you. And it's the actual truth. Because 100 motherfuckers can say something and that don't mean that shit is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because people just tend to believe what they want to believe or whatever is, I guess, socially energetic. You know what I mean? That's the power of a motherfucking hater. A hater can affect 100 people with the same fucking lie, with the same type of hate. And then they go off and affect another motherfuckers. And guess what? Those 100 people, those 200 people is still fucking wrong. You know what I mean? But just because a whole bunch of motherfuckers say it, that don't mean that shit is true. So when people be saying that shit, like if everybody say it, it must be true. No, that's bullshit. That is such bullshit. You know what I mean? Such bullshit. You know what I mean? That's just 100 motherfuckers wanted to believe that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. But like I said, y'all, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody damn. I don't know how old that fucking comment is and shit, but I ain't see shit come up, dog. Damn, I just seen these fucking comments, dog. I ain't see nothing come up on the screen. He said, bro, they saying AB just pulled out of the August 20th fight. Then he said, oh shit. Damn, bro. Hold on, my bad. He said, man, you see what happened Friday night with the Bay? Oh man, shit. See, that's why I missed the fucking StreamYard shit, because the comments stay the fuck up. Oh man, what the fuck? And I want to read that because he said something about the Mickey Bay fight or something like that. Man, you see what happened Friday night with the Bay and Farmer fight. This the third time the third fight fell through. No, man. I ain't hear nothing about that. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these comments either, man. But no, bro, if you still in there, man. No, Dale, I didn't hear what you know what I'm saying, like the third fight. You said the third fight fell through. So the Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer fight that fell through. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't hear nothing about that. I mean at all. And to be honest with you, and to be fair, like the Tevin Farmer fight. And I said, you know what? I was gonna write, start writing some shit down, man, because it's just too many fights to keep track of them all, and I be having too much shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I still got a job, a life. You know what I mean? Outside this shit, so like I don't be remembering a lot of shit. So I said that's why I start doing this right here, dog. You know what I mean? I start writing some shit down. And I said I was gonna write down, especially I'm gonna write down all the active fighters, you know what I'm saying, coming out of Philly right now. So I can, you know what I mean, keep track of their fights and what's going on. And Tevin Farmer naturally is going to be one of them. But nah, what happened with the Tevin Farmer and the Mickey Bay fight? You know what I'm saying? Like that fight fell through, and if that fight fell through, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck happened and shit? Because that fight has been quiet. That fight has been, you know what I mean, like kind of under the radar. Like you haven't heard people talking about that fight a lot. Like I don't see the fight hypes and the fight hubs. And nobody really, you know what I'm saying? I don't really hear anybody talking about that fight that much. So if that fight fell through, yeah, I most certainly didn't hear anything about it, man. You know what I mean? So if you know anything about that, I mean, please let me know. You know what I mean? Because I haven't heard anything about that fight. Now I will look it up. You know what I mean? Once the stream is finished, though, I will go and I will look it up to see what happened. But Tevin Farmer, man, like Tevin Farmer, like that's another fight that I was, I mean, looking forward to, because Tevin Farmer, you know what I mean, after his loss, said the promoters didn't come up with all the money, canceled the day of the fight. What? Yo, come on, what kind of fucking, what kind of bullshit is that? That the promoters canceled the fight on a day, the day of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you cancel the fight on a day of the fight? I'm sorry, but I don't understand that shit. Not the week before, but the day the fight supposed to jump off and shit, and then y'all cancel the fucking fight. I ain't hear about that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hear about that shit at all. If I was Tevin Farmer, or even if I was Mickey Bay, I would be pissed the fuck off. And whoever is your promoter, like, I don't know who promotes Tevin Farmer. Is it Lou DiBella? Do Lou DiBella, you know what I'm saying? Does he promote Tevin Farmer? I don't think that could have been Lou, man, because Lou DiBella, man, he's good, man. He's sharp. You know, so like he be on that funny shit, man. You know what I mean? I gotta find out like who promoted Tevin Farmer and Mickey Bay, because like that got to be like some rinky dink promoter shit right there, bro. You know what I mean? Like, how the day of the fight you cancel the fucking fight the day of the fight, and not because of health reasons or something that happened to the fighters. You're talking about because y'all haven't secured the fucking bag and shit. Oh man, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Not only would I be fucking pissed, but that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now if you Tevin Farmer, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be looking at getting rid of your fucking promoter. You know what I'm saying? Because not only you went through a whole fucking camp, you trained your fucking ass off, you know what I mean, for a comeback fight. And now you telling me the day of the fucking fight that there ain't no fucking fight because the money not there? Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta do a better job than that. You knew that you was having money problems as far as securing the persons for the fight or the overhead money for the fight. I mean, you had to know that weeks or months in advance. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get to the fight day and then stop everything or cancel everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, you don't fucking do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, myself, I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to research that shit and look into that shit, bro, and find out, number one, first thing I want to know is who's the promoter. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, how you do some nut ass shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, now you got Jake Paul and Hasim Rahman. You know what I'm saying? And I think that shit was a publicity stunt from the get go between Rahman and Jake Paul. Why? I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? But because if they really wanted to fight, if Jake Paul really wanted to fight, that little bit of weight, you know what I'm saying, that Hasim Rahman was over and shit, that shit really shouldn't have been a big fucking deal. I mean, at all. So, and then you got Adrien BRONER backing out of the fight a week before his fight and shit. Now you talking about Tevin Farmer and Mickey Bay. That fight is canceled due to financial reasons and shit. I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, like the sport of boxing always had some shit going on with it. You know what I mean? But now you telling me that besides all that, fighters is getting to the point now where fights they just not even happening, or if they was gonna fucking happen, the fights is being canceled the day of the fight, a week before the fight. And it's one thing if the shit happened once in a while, once in a blue moon, but once you start seeing a consecutive pattern and shit of this shit happening, in boxing, I mean, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, like, damn, why can't these niggas get on some like NFL or NBA shit and you know what I mean, start finding motherfuckers and shit? Because if I'm a sanctioning body or whatever, man, like I'm finding somebody and shit, man. Like, how y'all niggas and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, cancel the fucking fight the day of the fucking fight. They making it hard to stay in love with boxing, dog. Not only they making it hard, dog. Like I said, but like boxing, like okay, you look at YouTubers. Matter of fact, you look at everybody that talks about the sport of boxing, and besides Top Rank, PBC, or Showtime, or whatever like that, or DAZN. When you look at like regular YouTubers and shit, how many YouTubers have over 1 million subscribers and shit? The only two that I could think of is Fight Hub and Fight Hype. And the reason why they got to their platform of success is because we are in the, I guess, the put your camera in your face era. Meaning these guys are going out, they are putting the camera in the actual fighter's face. They're going to the gym. So the actual content is kind of selling itself. They're not making content. You know what I mean? Like, I make content. I make videos. And it's harder for somebody like me opposed to if I was going to a fight or if I was going to a gym and I'm just putting my camera in front of somebody's face. Because it's pretty much, you know what I mean? It's, as they say, you have a product that sells itself. You know what I mean? I'm putting the camera in front of Errol's face or in front of Buzz's face or in front of Boot's face. So now when you click on the video, the first thing that you see is, you know what I mean, Spence, Bud, Boots, you know what I mean, Canelo, whoever. So it's like, the only thing I have to do is just make sure I got their name and the fucking title. You know what I'm saying? The title can be halfway decent or whatever, but as soon as they click on it and they see it's the actual fighter, and then people enjoy what they are talking about, and then they watch the video throughout this whole duration, at that point, then YouTube is going to, you know what I'm saying, kick in, the algorithm is going to kick in and say, okay, people are watching this video, people like this video because they're watching this video from front to back, so now they're going to show it just on the strength of that. But if you're an actual content creator, you're actually making videos and shit, it's going to be harder for you, you know what I'm saying, to, you know what I'm saying, to take off. Like, I have success, but imagine the success that I would have if I was able to interview, you know what I'm saying, fighters and shit like that. That's one of the things I said, man, like, I can't wait until I go back to, you know what I'm saying, like, because, like I said, where I'm at, that shit ain't happening. But, like, once I go back to Philly, and I'm able to go to the gym where Boots is at. I'm able to go to the gym where Danny Garcia is at. I'm able to go to the gym where Stephen Fulton is at. You know what I'm saying? Those three fighters right there, you know what I mean? Just with their content alone. That's besides me talking about anybody else in boxing. If I can just go to those three gyms alone and talk to, you know what I mean, other guys, you know what I mean, fighting in the gym, trainers and all that, like, my content will go up here. You know what I mean? Just off of the strength of that. That is the day and age and shit, you know what I'm saying, that we are living in. You know what I mean? Like, we was talking about this shit and for the Conor Ben and the Eubank fight. Like, Conor Ben Sr. and Eubank Sr., you know what I'm saying, like, when they fought, the numbers that they did when they fought was incredible. I'm talking about incredible. And they fought twice. You know what I'm saying? Eubank, they won the first fight. The second fight was a draw. But overall, when you look at their numbers for those fights, those numbers was incredible. And you're talking about these guys fought in the 90s. It wasn't no social media. It wasn't no Twitter. You know what I mean? People weren't streaming and doing all other kind of crazy shit. You know what I mean? It wasn't all these multiple outlets for fans to view the fight and shit like that and to get revenue. Nah, that shit wasn't like that. You know what I mean? So actual fight fans were actual fight fans. The sport of boxing was totally different back then than it is now. And now with all these different platforms and ways for people to view and see fights and stream fights and all that shit, you would think the sport of boxing will be huge. I'm talking about huge, bigger than the UFC. You know what I'm saying? The UFC should always be like, should have half of the clout that, you know what I'm saying, the sport of boxing does. But now, you know, it's like the UFC is that shit. You know what I mean? The UFC is that sport. And like, that's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? And Roy Jones said this shit himself when he was talking about Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. He's like, when you don't make fights like that, you're hurting the sport of boxing. Like, fans, the media, your peers, whatever, you shouldn't have to fucking beg to get these fights made. That's why when you hear fighters talking about, like, I don't choose or I don't make the decision in who I fight, I leave that up to my promoters and shit like that. Like, I mean, like, do you understand what you fucking saying? Like, it shouldn't be like that. You the fighter. They work for you. If you say that you want to fight this person, it doesn't matter who the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? If you say that you want to fight this person, let alone it be somebody that's on your level. Well, who knows? They could be even bigger than you are. You know what I mean? But if you say you want to fight this person, whoever your promoter is, they are supposed to secure that fight for you. That is their job. The matchmakers ain't supposed to be the ones bringing you for this fight. Because if you look at it like that, then a lot of fights ain't never going to fucking happen because they be protect like Canelo. Canelo is the prime example of that. Call them cherry pickers and all sorts of kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, every now and then they mix in a fight that is highly competitive or somebody that is on your level. And when they do that, sometimes you look totally different. You know what I mean? Like, they thought they was picking somebody easy when they picked dmitrybivol. You know what I'm saying? They thought, because I remember seeing the post from Eddie Reynoso, and they was like, Canelo's possible next fights were Beterbiev. Then they think they showed Charlo or Benavidez and then Bivol. I could be wrong on two of those, but I know Beterbiev and I know Bivol was in there. You know what I'm saying? But I still got the post, so I forgot. I mean, either those are the four or two of them is messed up. But anyway, Bivol was definitely in there, and Bivol was the last option. I do remember that. And people was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Canelo would never pick Beterbiev. Canelo would never pick this person. He would never pick that person. And out of all those people on there, the ones that or the fighter that I knew they probably will go and try to get a fight with was Bivol. And guess who they wound up getting? Bivol. Because they felt as though dmitrybivol, he was the lesser of the evils. You know what I'm saying? Like, he, as far as competition, as far as skill set, he wasn't a threat. He wasn't a threat. But this dude is a world champion. That's your first mistake. So the fact that he's a world champion, you should have, you know what I mean, you shouldn't have looked at him or took him so lightly. That's number one. And number two, you could tell Eddie Reynoso and company, like, they didn't do their fucking homework. They didn't appreciate and respect Dmitribyvol's skill set. They thought or assumed whatever Canelo's abilities were and his current skill set, they felt as though that they could supersede or surpass whatever Dmitrybivol was going to bring to the table. But Dmitrybivol, I'm telling you, his biggest weapon in that motherfucking fight was the simple fact that he wasn't afraid of Canelo. I told motherfuckers that, man. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the skill in the world, but if you have supreme confidence and belief in yourself and you really have no fear of anything opposed to going out there and not performing, shit, you'll be hard to beat. You are going to be hard to fucking beat. And I said that shit about Bivol. And like I said, Bivol, he went out there, man, and he showed exactly, and he did exactly what the fuck I said he was going to do. That's why I said, man, like, I can look at a fighter, man, and I can break, like, I be looking at fighters and I be breaking shit down like if I was a coach or a trainer. You know what I mean? And I look at weapons and attributes, whatever that they bring to the table or they bring to the fight, and then I gauge everything based upon that. You know what I mean? That's how I make my analysis or prediction or whatever. And I don't just do that shit off of popularity. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Canelo's the A side. Or if we look at Ryan Garcia is the fucking A-side and shit like that. He's the most popular person. Nah, I don't give a fuck about that shit. It doesn't matter who's the most popular, who got the most fucking YouTube views or, you know what I mean, subscribers. All that shit don't fucking matter, dog. You know what I'm saying? Who has the better skill set? That's number one. But also internally, you know what I'm saying? Like who has better character? Who's more mentally tough? Who's more mentally stable? Who has the most heart between the two? You know what I'm saying? Who has the emotional intangibles and shit? Because sometimes the physical intangibles get over. I mean, I can say they get overlooked, but sometimes that's all people see. Like they may have the reach, the jab, talking about, like I said, I was talking about Fundora. Like you just see the physical intangibles, and you see the physical things that makes them better, but you don't see the things inside their mind or inside their heart or their spirit that makes them the better or stronger or more durable or complete fighter. And you have to look at all of those things and shit. Sometimes you get it right, and sometimes you may get it wrong. Sometimes, even if you have all those things, your opponent may just put certain series together and he may do better than you in spots or throughout the fight, and then they come out victorious. You know what I mean? Sometimes people can have all the tools and they can have all that and you still lose. You know what I mean? That's what happened to Canelo, they said he was the favorite going in. He had all the tools, all that kind of shit. And guess what? He still got beat. And it wasn't like he got cheated. No, he got beat fair and fucking square. You know what I mean? But that Mickey Bay situation, though, and Tevin Farmer, I mean, that's, I'm actually surprised to hear that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, Tevin Farmer ain't been in the ring since, what, Jojo Diaz and shit? And going back to that fucking fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't right in that fight. And I don't, even to this day, man, like, that's some personal shit where only people that's close to him or he himself, he knows why he wasn't ready for that fight. But something was off with Tevin Farmer in that fight. And I remember that fight, man, like the build up to the fight when they was doing interviews and shit like that. Tevin Farmer, he was looking, number one, he was looking sucked in. You know what I mean? So it's like, I was like, did he had a tough camp? Injury, something wasn't right going into that fight. You know what I'm saying? Something was not right. And like I said, Jojo Diaz going into that fight, man, he was rocking a fucking Kobe jersey and shit, you know what I'm saying? Representing for Kobe. I said, hold up. Just the energy was fucking different. The balance was fucking different going into that fight. Jojo Diaz, you know what I'm saying? Energy was up here, and Tevin Farmer energy was down here. And even though that shit was down here, it was like fluctuating, still going up and down and shit. And I was like, hold the fuck up. I was like, man, I said Jojo Diaz will fuck around and upset Tevin Farmer, man. You know what I mean? I was like, cause something right ain't about Tevin. Something fucking. And Tevin Farmer is nice, slick. May not have devastating power, but he still got pop. You know what I mean? Has good speed. Very slick fighter. Tevin Farmer nice, man. You know what I mean? And he did not look like that when he fought Jojo Diaz. And I've said, okay, are we going to say what version of Tevin Farmer are we going to see going up against Mickey Bay? You know what I mean? Are we going to see him more reserved? Is he going to try to boxing, or is you going to see, you know what I'm saying? The old Tevin Farmer, slick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sharp, good speed. You know what I mean? Good movement. What is he going to do? How is he going to look? That's what I was looking for. You know, well, I thought I was looking for Tevin Farmer. But now, if you're talking about the fight is off, that's another fight that, you know what I'm saying, they pretty much in a motherfucking taller. And then this shit is in a taller because why? They couldn't secure the bag. So now I'm like, okay, who the fuck is promoting? Who's promoting Tevin Farmer? Tevin Farmer been away from the game for a minute. For a minute. You know what I mean? So who is your promotional company, you know what I mean, with the fact that you got dudes that can't even come up with the fucking money, especially you wait for the last day or the day of the fight to drop, you know what I mean, to break that news and to tell your fighter that it ain't gonna be no fight. I mean, that's unprofessional, dog. I mean, in my opinion, on the highest of fucking levels, man. Like that's really unprofessional. Like this is your job. If you're the fighter, if you're Tevin Farmer, like this is your job. It's one thing if you decide not to show up to work because you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? And if you have that ability, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's up. I have that ability. If I got a job, but if I don't want to go to work, you know what I'm saying? Certain parameters naturally have to be there or in effect. But I had that ability. I could do that. But your job, you know what I mean, just can't make you not come to fucking work. You know what I'm saying? They can't make you stay home unless it's like, I mean, something, you know what I mean, an ecological situation, hurricane, earthquake, some shit like that, or it's an issue at the facility and it may be not safe for people to come to work. Yeah, that's something different. But other than that, your job just can't tell you you can't go to fucking work. But if you have the luxury or the ability not to go to work, then, you know what I'm saying, then that's what's up. But as a fighter, you know what I mean, your job is to fight. And as a promoter, your job is to secure that fight. So once you secure the fight, you got to secure the bag to make sure that the opponent gets paid, and namely make sure that I get fucking paid. That's your fucking job. And if you drop the bag or if you drop the ball on that and then you don't fucking know anything until the day of the fight, man, that's fucked up. I mean, that is truly fucked up, man. So if you Tevin Farmer, man, you know what I'm saying, even Mickey Bay, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be salty. I'll be kind of gutted because Tevin Farmer done been away from the game for a fucking minute. You know what I mean? It's like, he was a talented fighter, and for him to be on the shelf that long, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a good look. It's already a type of comeback fight where you're trying to knock the fucking dust off and shit, you know what I mean? So it's like now the fight is not even going to happen. Like, you fucking with people's livelihood. You fucking with people's careers. And between Tevin Farmer and Mickey Bay, you would think the one that probably would have the longer career would be Tevin Farmer. But you talking about now, you got years down the drain of you being inactive. You know what I'm saying? You got fights being canceled and shit. You know what I mean? Like, who knows the next time that Tevin Farmer is going to fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucking terrible, man. That's fucking terrible. But, you know what I'm saying? Talking about upcoming fights, like I said, man, Joshua and Usyk. Talk about that shit a little bit, man, you know what I mean? Because I just seen some shit, and Eddiehearn was talking about Anthonyjoshua is going to try to get, you know what I mean, Usyk up out of there, you know what I'm saying? Like, about a 6th round or some shit like that. Anthonyjoshua making claims that, you know what I mean, he respects what Usyk did as far as him fighting for his country, that of Ukraine and all that. But he said he wants to hurt Usyk. He wants to cause damage to Usyk and all that. Look, talk is cheap, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to say that. You're a professional prize fighter. That's what your job is. That's what you're supposed to do in a fight. You know what I mean? That's a part of boxing. You know what I mean? You are going in there and you are physically punching another person in the face or in the body or whatever. But that is your job. You know what I mean? To hurt them. They're going to be hurt if they get punched. Comes with the territory. So for you to make a statement talking about you want to hurt them and cause pain and all that kind of shit, I mean, that's just you trying to get into, you know what I mean, Usyk or his camps or everybody's fucking mind. You know what I mean? Trying to rattle their fucking mind. And Usyk ain't the kind of person where he gets disrupted by shit like that. You know what I mean? Usyk is he's smart, very energetic, and he's a different, you know what I'm saying, kind of fighter. You know what I mean? Usyk may even seem like he's just a bit off. You know what I mean? Like, Usyk got that kind of streak, that kind of strain. I mean, not strain, but, you know what I mean, that little portion of his DNA, it's like he a little bit, you know what I mean? Usyk can be a little bit crazy, dog. So, like, Josh was saying that shit about Alexander Usyk. That shit, in my opinion, like, that shit ain't doing nothing to Usyk and shit. Usyk probably looking at that shit, laughing at Joshua, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck what you were talking about. I'm about to go in here and fuck you up again. And Usyk, he beat Joshua already. That's fact number one. Fact number two, this dude left the battlefield. He have seen families displaced, families broken up because people have been murdered. His country as itself has been destroyed. Current state of war and disruption and disarray, you know what I mean, on a terrible scale. So him bringing all this energy into a fight, Oleksandr Usyk is about to fuck you up. And on top of that, he's coming in a bit bigger. He put on a little weight for Anthonyjoshua. So Oleksandr Usyk coming into this fight, he's already the better boxer. He has the better skill set between the two. So if you take all that shit into account, like Oleksandr Usyk, man, I'm trying to tell people, man, like he is really going to fuck Anthony Joshua. I don't care what Anthony Joshua talking about. I'm not saying that Usyk is going to knock him out, even though he could, you know what I mean? Because he already outboxed you. He knows your power. He knows what you can do. And it's certain things that you just can't pick up in just one camp, especially with a new trainer. So Oleksandr Usyk, all he has to do, in my opinion, man, to disrupt everything that Robert Garcia has tried to put in Joshua's head, Usyk need to come out hard. He need to come out fast. You know what I mean? Shake Joshua up. Don't give him time to think. Don't give him time to process. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Utilize your jab. Keep turning Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Keep making him think. Don't allow him to settle. Don't let him to settle down, to settle in, and get his thoughts together and shit. When he goes to his corner and he's receiving his instructions from his fucking coach and shit, as soon as y'all, you know what I mean, come back into the middle of the ring and y'all about to get shit cracking again, turn that shit up. You know what I mean? You don't want none of that shit to motherfucking stick. Make Joshua think for himself. Make Joshua, or put Anthony Joshua in a position where he has to think and he has to beat you himself. If Usyk can do that, Usyk is going to either wind up stopping Anthony Joshua or Usyk is going to wind up knocking Anthony Joshua the fuck out. I'm telling you. But if Joshua can do what he said, you know, or do what Robert Garcia said as far as going in there, applying pressure, being aggressive, and still box. If Anthony Joshua can do that, if he could listen to Robert Garcia and go out there and execute, then it's going to be an interesting fight. It's going to be an interesting fight. And depending upon who gets caught with what, and they're able to take that power or they're able to take that shot, then this fight could go into the later rounds and the fight could become interesting. You know what I'm saying? But we just going to have to see, man. But Joshua, though, like Joshua talking that shit, you know what I mean? Like that shit is supposed to scare some fucking body. I don't see that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, Usyk ain't that type of, he's not that type of competitor where he allows his opponent to get inside his head and start living there rent free. And that's number one. Then number two, just allow that shit to disrupt his game plan. Usyk is too smart, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, Usyk is different. He's different. The way he carries himself, his mannerisms, everything. His temperament is different. But outside of all that, his skill set, he's a great boxer. He has great ability. You know what I'm saying? Has good timing, has a good punch selection, throws combinations. You know what I mean? He's strong. He moves well. And being though he put on more weight for this fight, not significantly more weight, but he did put on some more muscle. But his movement looks like it has gotten better. You know what I mean? Because it looked like he's anticipating Anthony Joshua being aggressive in this fight. So he's working on his lateral movement. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Slipping shots. And Usyk looks good, man. And like I said, if he is able to disrupt what Anthony Joshua is trying to do, man, Usyk is not only going to be okay in this fight, but I see Usyk probably getting a stoppage, man. You know what I mean? He will catch Anthony Joshua with some shit. Anthony Joshua is going to go into the high guard, go into his defense, and Usyk is just going to start chopping him down, going back upstairs, you know what I mean? Basically disrupting Anthony Joshua in every aspect of the fight. And eventually something's going to get past the guard, and he's going to get caught, just like when Andy Ruiz hurt him. It may be a situation just like that. And that's going to come from activity. And Usyk, he has the speed. He has, more importantly, the ability to be active in that way where he can, you know what I mean, basically let his hands go. And Anthony Joshua, he's not, you know what I'm saying, he's not a slick, you know what I mean, heavyweight at all. So besides Tyson Fury, I would probably have to say, I mean, like Usyk, yeah, he probably is, you know what I mean, the second best heavyweight as far as slickness, mobility, movement. You know what I mean? I would say Anthony Yarde, he's not a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? Because Joseph Parker, Andy Ruiz, yeah, they not known for being, you know what I mean, for being slick like that. Nah, not at all. So yeah, I probably have to say probably besides Fury, yeah, probably Usyk. So if Usyk can get in there, man, and really not get touched like that, on top of that, shit, man, it's gonna be a tough fight for Anthony Joshua, dog. It's gonna be a tough motherfucking fight. But I don't know. I don't know what's you know what I mean? What's wrong with this shit, bro? But anyway, man. But check it out, bro. I don't know what other questions, you know what I'm saying, or what else you got. But I tried to go on earlier. Try to go on earlier, man. But like I said, I had some you know what I mean, some things to take care of this morning and shit, you know what I'm saying, once I got up, because I wasn't expecting to, you know what I'm saying, do a live, period, or even put out any content, because I had some other stuff that I had to do. What was those belts? TO1. Who that? Oh, that was that's who that? That was Trey and shit. Damn, dog, you came in just at the end and shit. Yeah, them belts that Tiafimo won, dog. I have no idea. Like one of them belts and shit. It was like it looked like I don't know if that was a WBC belt or whatever, but that shit looked like it came out the cereal box. And yeah, my bad. I was at work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dog. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them belts. Like I said, looked like it came out the cereal box, and the other belt. I have no idea. Because I didn't hear about, you know what I mean, wasn't aware they was fighting for any vacant title or whatever, man. Like I said, dog, these dudes be like Floyd said, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many fucking belts, you know what I'm saying, out here, man. It's like, man, Terence Crawford was just talking about that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, it should be like one belt per division. You know what I'm saying? So if you heavyweight, you got heavyweight title, middleweight title, so on and so forth. Like, you shouldn't have a regular, and then you got interim belts, and then regular belts, then super belts, and all this kind of shit. Like, why do you got all these different variations of belts and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, because fighters don't respect, if it's not the super title, if it's not the top title, you know what I mean, or the highest tier of the titles, man, fighters themselves don't respect it. Hope he didn't consider these belts valid. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Because, and matter of fact, you didn't hear him, number one, talking about the belts after the fight. Number two, when you seen the post-fight interviews and shit like that, motherfuckers wasn't talking about no belts. That should tell you everything right there, because generally if you won a real fucking title, one of the first things they ask you once you win a title, especially a tangible title, one of the first things they ask you is, okay, who would you like to defend your title against? You know what I mean? Or then you see people take the Twitters when they be doing like the fighter reactions and shit. Especially, I think it's Fight Hype or Fight Hub, when they be doing that shit. And then fighters, they, you know what I mean, they take the Twitter and they start talking about the fights and all this kind of shit. And then you start seeing people within the division coming out of the woodwork and shit. Like, yeah, I want to crack at the title, or maybe we should unify and all that kind of shit. You ain't hear about none of that shit with T.O. You know what I'm saying? That's because he ain't win no real fucking belt. Yeah, they were physical belts because the belts were physically there. But as far as the belts being like dominant titles and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like nah. You know, nah. So I have no idea. But I know that when I seen those belts, and then I seen the I think that was like the WB. Looked like the belt was maybe a WBO. You think Eubank made a mistake agreeing to 164 rehydration weight? I just got some footage too. It was yesterday, matter of fact, dog. And I was going to save that for when I do the when I do the live, or when I do either a video or a live or whatever. But like I said, I'm gonna chop it down and do some snippets or whatever and put it in the live, because the WWABL belt, that must be a belt from Mexico. I have no idea, though. I've never even heard of that. That shit looked like it looked like a little league belt. You know what I'm saying? It looked like something that like a upper like a youth, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. Probably get. That's why I said, dog. It's too many motherfucking belts and shit. You don't be you got to research and like what kind of belt it was and all types of shit. And then once you find out what belt it was, you still don't know where the fuck that shit came from, because that's the first time that you ever seen a title like that. That's the first time that I've ever seen a title like that, ever in my life. You know what I'm saying? But Eubank and Conor Ben, like these dudes were face to face. And Chris Eubank, he said, "Damn," he was like, "I thought you," he said, "You're bigger than I thought." And then Conor Ben was like, "Mate," he's like, "None of that shit matters." You know what I mean? And I was like, "Okay, cuz." I said, "Okay." I said, "We gonna have we gotta scrap. We gotta scrap." Because Conor Ben, as far as height, like it's literally like some shit like this. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like nothing like, okay, like Conor Ben is all the way down here. Like nah, like the height difference really isn't, you know what I'm saying? It's not a big gap there between Conor Ben and Chris Eubank. The height distance ain't there. And with the rehydration, like you said, if he can only rehydrate to 162, Eubank TKOs him, hopefully. I don't know, man, because Conor Ben he do got a slickness to him. He does some things though, and I was talking about this shit before. Like he has a tendency, like especially like when he's in close, he has a tendency like the drop all the way down. And when he drops all the way down, like he doesn't move his feet or cover up, and then his opponents always be like circling him around him and shit like that. You know what I mean? Getting off of the line, getting on, you know what I mean, to his flank and getting to his side. And I said he ain't gonna be able to do that, you know what I'm saying, against Eubank and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Chris Eubank, he throw a lot of punches and he's aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So if he do some shit like that, and if it's to him or his team, if they notice that he has that habit and he keeps on doing that shit, then, and especially if he does it in a fight, bro, Conor Ben is gonna be in trouble. But Conor Ben, he has a slickness to him, but his footwork will have to improve, because like I said, Chris Eubank throws a lot of shots. He throws a lot of shots, and he's naturally the bigger guy. So his endurance, his stamina, he's used to operating and moving at that weight. So even if Chris Eubank can only rehydrate to 162, that's still not bad, because he fights at between 160 and 168. So if anything, Chris Eubank is just going to come into that fight and he's going to be more lean. He's going to be a leaner fighter. You know what I mean? So you're only talking about possibly, you know what I'm saying, like a couple of pounds difference than he usually, I guess, will come in if he was making 160 pounds, as far as that was the weight, the fighting weight. So Chris Eubank, he's just going to be a bit more leaner. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a bit more cut up. You know what I'm saying? And that can work to his advantage, because he already fights at that weight. You know what I mean? So that may improve his conditioning. That may improve his stamina. And it certainly could improve his strength and also his speed. So all Chris Eubank got to do, dog, is just get a fucking, just get a dietitian or a nutritionist or whatever, get a chef, you know what I mean, get a nice little, you know what I mean, diet plan or whatever like that, so they don't blow up. And they're probably going to be training 4 or 5 times a day. So, man, Chris Eubank, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think it's going to be a problem. But Conor Ben, that may be a problem, because you coming up like that, so he's going to have to do the same thing. He's going to have to get a dietitian, a nutritionist, a chef. So, you know what I'm saying? You're not, even though he's putting on weight, but you still don't want to just put on raw weight and have a lot of water, you know what I'm saying, water weight, you know what I mean? You want to be putting on, you know what I'm saying, muscle. But at the same time, you have to be working that muscle out, because you just don't want to blow up in weight and then become sluggish and then fatigue. Same thing that happened to Deontay Wilder once he tried to put on all that weight for Tyson Fury when they fought the 3rd time. Wilder tried to put on all that weight, you know what I mean, because he wanted to try to counter effect Tyson Fury laying on him and laying him on him and putting all that weight on him and taking all that shit out of Deontay Wilder's legs. But the same thing wound up happening anyway, because Deontay Wilder put on all that extra weight. Then they start talking about when his uniform, he had to walk up 30 flights of steps and shit like that to get to the fucking ring. They start kicking out all them fucking excuses. Fuck all that. He shouldn't have put on all that fucking weight. That's number one. And if you look at Deontay Wilder right now, if you look at him, he's back to his old weight. He's like Deontay Wilder, 1.0. He looked like he's like 214, maybe not even 220, or possibly could be like 220, but he's back to Deontay Wilder 1.0. He doesn't look like, super heavy. Only thing that concerns me about Deontay Wilder right now is his fucking legs. His legs is like real spindly, you know what I'm saying? Like his legs is real fucking skinny, you know what I mean? So he need to be doing some fucking, squats, deadlifts, you know what I'm saying, calf raises and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like he need to be doing all that. He needs to strengthen his legs. That's where he should have been, trying to put muscle in his fucking legs, not in his fucking upper body, because I believe that's the secret to his power. You know what I mean? Because Deontay Wilder does have that size, but he's athletically strong. You know what I'm saying? That's like, Deontay Wilder is like an NBA player that can fucking punch. You know what I mean? So, like, that's his secret fucking weapon. But his liability is his fucking legs. He needs to strengthen. If he strengthen his legs and work on his mobility, I've always said that about Deontay Wilder. He's not a boxer. He's not a boxer. That is not a strong suit. That is not something that he will ever become, in my opinion. Deontay Wilder is not a boxer. Deontay Wilder is a fighter. He fights. But it's certain things that he can learn, and he ain't too old to teach new dog new trick yet. He can learn to just move. You know what I'm saying? And if I was Malik Scott, if I was a trainer teaching Deontay Wilder, he already liked fucking music. So that is how you teach Deontay Wilder. Prime example, you look at Lomachenko. Why do you think his father put him into dancing before he even started boxing? Because he knew the importance of footwork. He knew the importance of not only being able to move, but to be able to move in a fluid motion in all types of directions and angles. You know what I mean? It's more than just moving front, back, left, right, left, no. You know what I'm saying? Like when I took martial arts and shit, it was a pattern that we had to learn. It was like based upon a stop sign. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at a stop sign, like all the different angles on the stop sign, you got boom, 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 boom. So you had to be able to engage and move at all these different angles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or if you look at Brazilian martial arts, capoeira, you know what I'm saying? Like you look at their movement, you know what I'm saying, their rhythm. So that's how Deontay Wilder, he has to learn how to be more rhythmic in his movement. If he learns that, then that's something that you can learn in the fucking camp. All you got to do is while you training, listen to fucking music. You know what I'm saying? Have your team get you somebody from the NFL. You know what I mean? Because the NFL, it'll be good because they do a lot of drills with footwork, you know what I mean, for their receivers, especially for their running backs and their wide receivers. So that's two aspects or dynamics that I will input. If I was training Deontay Wilder, I would put that into his camp. You know what I'm saying? I'll have his ass moving and shit. Dancing and shit while we're training and working on our footwork. And I'll have his ass doing those football drills and shit. Why do you think LeBron James works out with motherfuckers from the NFL? You know what I'm saying? To increase his mobility. You know what I'm saying? His footwork and shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, like if Deontay Wilder, if he picks that up, if he's able to become more fluid in his movement and shit like that, Deontay Wilder will be unstoppable. He ain't got to be a fucking superb boxer. If he's just able to get off of the line, you know what I'm saying? And he can do that just with moving. You know what I mean? Because just by me naturally moving, just like I'm moving right now, naturally I'm already going to the, you know what I mean, side to side, and I'm not even moving my feet. But as soon as you take a step, you know what I'm saying? Now you taking a step over this way. You take one more step. Now you there. You can be right here. So now you Deontay Wilder, man. Like now you can catch somebody. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm a natural southpaw, so I'm gonna say, you know what I mean? You catch somebody with a left hand, or you know what I mean? You can do another turn and shit. you catch somebody with a right hand. You know what I mean? So it's like mobility takes you a long way in the sport of boxing. That is why Lomachenko is so devastating. Now, I mean, he is not only confused his opponents, but he has made guys quit. You know what I'm saying? No, that's what they start calling that nigga Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Because just with his movements alone, he can frustrate you because he's in front of you. He starts touching you. And a lot of times Lomachenko was just touching his opponent. You know what I mean? He's just dazzling their fucking ass. He just touching them. Then he's moving. You know what I mean? Touching them. As soon as you see an opening, that's when he throws something hard. You know what I'm saying? Then he just start touching them. You know what I mean? Just to get them to tighten up, just to go, high guard, mid guard, whatever. And then as soon as they tighten up, you know what I mean? He just start touching them. Then he start moving his feet. And he be doing that shit because he know once they drop their head, that's what they looking at. They looking at his fucking feet. You know what I mean? And as soon as he moves and shit to the left, to the right, or whatever, all you gotta do is just look for that subtle change in their guard. And whichever hand elevates and shit, you know what I mean? Then he throw that shot. He throw that shot right down to the fucking body, just like he got fucking Linares. You know what I'm saying? Like Lomachenko is fucking smart, dog. You know what I'm saying? But his father is also smart. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, he looks at that shit like he's a like a strategist and shit. You know what I mean? And that's all that shit is, dog. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the biggest jobs of your fucking corner. Because sometimes certain fighters, like, they don't think like that. They don't think as far as strategy. That's why they really rely on a corner. You know what I mean? That's why you got fighters like Bud Crawford. Terence Crawford, dog, is smart as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bo Mack and they have been with Terence Crawford all his life. So the reason why they are still there, it's a loyalty thing. You know what I mean? It's for the most part, a family situation. I mean, they've been with him all his life. But as far as what they can teach Terence Crawford, you know what I mean? So you can always think of some shit and teach somebody something, but they have really poured everything that they pretty much know into Terence Crawford. That's number one. And Terence Crawford is his natural ability as far as athletic ability and his natural ability as a fighter is just, he's up here. He's up here. So what he can do naturally, the way that he thinks and processes is just different from pretty much all his opponents. So that's why when when Errol Spence, when Derrick James, you know what I'm saying, put that post out there for Errol about we're going to have to take our game to the next level. And they're going to have to, because the things that Spence is good at doing, you know what I'm saying, parrying punches, has good footwork, cuts off the ring, I mean, very well. You know what I'm saying? But Errol Spence, he's not that slick. You know what I mean? So if he's not that slick, that's a liability for Errol Spence, because Terence Bud Crawford is slick. And he also can move. And by him being able to switch, Terence Bud Crawford can move and he can change directions, not only laterally, you know what I'm saying, but pretty much anywhere in the ring. Because when he changes directions from anywhere in the ring, it doesn't matter which foot that he lands on, because if he lands in the southpaw stance or the orthodox stance, he can fight from either one. He doesn't have to reset. So generally when a fighter is not comfortable going a certain way, or if they're forced to go a certain way and they're not comfortable fighting going in that direction, they have to reset. And when they reset, that's when guys be looking for that opportunity to catch their fucking ass and shit. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they catch them in between their feet, I mean, their feet switching up. You know what I mean? You see somebody, you know what I'm saying, come on with that motherfucking hook. Like Teofimo Lopez caught, when he caught Campa and shit, when they fought. When he caught him with that jump hook and shit, when Campa was going back and shit, and then he tried to reset. As soon as he reset he reset his feet. You know what I mean? That's when Teofimo, he jumped in at him and shit. He jumped in, he lunged in at him and shit, and caught him with that left hook and shit. And it's like he caught Campa right behind the gloves, and then Campa, you know what I'm saying, he caught some of that shot, and then he got staggered a little bit, and he started backing up. And then Teofimo, you know what I mean, he went and he caught him with a nice little rally. But you know what I'm saying, like that's the weapons that Terence Crawford possesses that he has taken into that fight. And I'm telling you, man, like Now you're starting to hear people talk about that shit more, about these guys having, or it can be a possible 2 to 3 fight situation between Bud and Spence. It ain't just one fight. I mean, I'm telling y'all, these guys can fight 3 times, no problem. And each time they fight, the fight can be different. The fight can be different because Bud has the ability to switch. So he has multiple game plans that not only that he can come into a fight with, but going into another fight, he can come up with some new shit. Errol Spence, it's a little bit more tricky. It's a little bit more difficult. You know what I mean? So he has to think about his technique as far as what he can do. It's really going to come down onto his footwork and his range. That is what he will have to improve, you know what I'm saying, upon his footwork, his range, his distance, his timing. You know what I mean? He will have to just, every fight, that he will just have to keep on improving. That's how he gets better. But Terence Crawford, the fact that he can switch up styles like that and what he can do when he switch up these styles, and on top of that, his athleticism, and he does have power, and Bud is just natural. Bud is a strong fucking dude, man. This dude be wrestling guys and shit. You know what I mean? Doing fucking WWE, UFC shit. You know what I mean? Doing fucking karate. Like, Bud be doing all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bud, when they be talking about Bud, like, Bud is just a natural fucking athlete. So, it don't matter if he's, like, in his fucking 30s. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. When you don't drink, when you don't smoke, and all you do is fucking train, and outside of that, you have an active lifestyle. Like, the Bud is not fucking trained. Like, this dude is probably, like, fishing or chilling or doing something, you know what I'm saying? But he's always doing something active. Manny Pacquiao was the same way. So when they talking about, like, Manny Pacquiao is 40 years of age, like, Manny Pacquiao ain't your average 40-year-old. This dude is always in shape, you know what I'm saying? His weight is 147. He walks around no more than probably 154. If not less, you know what I'm saying? Like, Manny Pacquiao was not blowing up in fucking weight. So when Manny Pacquiao had to start getting ready for fights, that's why he go right to the Philippines, go up in the fucking mountains and shit, and just start running. You know what I'm saying? Within a couple of weeks and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Manny, he got his breath. You know what I'm saying? He got his breath. He's starting to get his, you know what I'm saying, his fucking rhythm. Then as soon as he, you know what I mean, after a couple of weeks, then he go to LA, you know what I'm saying, over there to the wild card, and then they get fucking started. So he never goes into a fight having to have a fucking fat camp, you know what I mean? And I did a video about this shit, like Manny Pacquiao, like the way that he eats and his team. You know what I mean? It ain't just Manny Pacquiao. Like, when they sat down and ate as a team, especially when they was in the Philippines, dog, like, these dudes was eating fucking like vegetables and, you know what I'm saying, like all types of like healthy shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like soups and shit. Like they wasn't eating, you know what I'm saying, like bad shit. So these fucking guys, bro, was fucking their diet was really healthy. And for Manny Pacquiao to be that age and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really didn't fight like he was 40 years old. Manny Pacquiao was fighting like he was possibly, like I said, 30, 35 or some shit like that. Manny Pacquiao still fought like he was the younger fucking guy. That's why when he fought Adrien BRONER and shit, AB was the younger guy. But how is it you fighting the older competitor, which is Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao, he's moving better than you. He's out punching you, you know what I'm saying, round by round. And he's, you know what I mean, he has the better and effective jab. But he's the older guy. How is that? Better conditioning. And AB is always in shape. He's always in shape. And that's why now, him backing out of the fight with Omar FIGUEROa, that's why that's so bad, because you don't want your whole career pretty much always being in great shape, always approaching it. I mean, you may not have won the fights, you know what I'm saying, because you ain't throw no fucking punches, but you never really lacked in the gym. You really never lacked in training. So this is kind of like the first time that I could say that Adrien BRONER really had a lapse in the way that he trained for a fight. When they start talking about, I remember we did the stream and shit, you know what I mean? It was like, it was reports of Adrien BRONER being heavy. And then somebody had chimed in and they was like, yeah, man, I saw him and he looked like he 160. See, as soon as people start saying shit like that, that's a problem. and you know you're supposed to be fighting at 140, and you looking like you 20 plus pounds over fucking weight, and you already, you know what I mean? You done been in camp anywhere for what's that, like 4 to 6 weeks already? Like, come on, man, that's a red flag right there. So the fact that the fight was canceled, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he talking about something, he got mental, like, nah. I really think, and like I said, I could be wrong. So, you know what I'm saying? God forgive me for speculating, you know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, let me just say that, in my opinion, I think that Adrien BRONER, he was just out of shape. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it had nothing to do with it, wasn't nothing mental about it. I think Adrien BRONER was just really, he was just physically out of shape. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he just said, fuck it, because like I said, the camp was just so long and he just lost focus. You know what I'm saying? He lost this, he wasn't disciplined. And that not only falls on him, but then you have to look at his trainers. You know what I'm saying? They should have seen the slippage and they should have pulled AB to the side. Like, look, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to tighten up. If you don't want to tighten up, then what you going to do? And maybe they did that, and they did that shit late. And maybe that's why he made the decision that he made as far as, you know what, I'm just back the fuck out because I know I can't physically, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just too heavy. I ain't fighting that fucking 54. I'm fighting that fucking 40. You know what I'm saying? So he just said, fuck it. And that's kind of bad because, like I said, I really think that AB fucked up his chances of really doing anything. You know what I'm saying? I think that, I mean, Omar FIGUEROa, that's a decent fight. That's a quality fight for Adrien BRONER to not only have, but also to take. If he would have beat Omar FIGUEROa, that would have been good recognition. And depending upon how he beat Omar FIGUEROa, if he did beat him, he would have been able to take that momentum going into any fight. That's number two. And number three, the next fight that he would have gotten after Omar FIGUEROa would have been a good fight. He wouldn't have had to revert back or go backwards. He would have fought somebody good. I don't know who. I don't even know if it would have been for, you know what I'm saying, a title or whatever like that. But AB would have been able to get a good fight after he fought Omar FIGUEROa. And like I said, with Teofimo winning, you got Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying, at 140 pro-grade. Zepeda is already tied up. So who knows? You may have been able to, he might have been able to talk Rolly, you know what I'm saying, down to 140 for that fight. And Rolly himself said, yeah, I mean, he wouldn't mind fighting AB because he see it just like we see it. The amount of shit talking both of these fucking guys, you know what I'm saying, would have been fucking incredible. They would have literally sold the fight themselves and shit. They would have sold the fight themselves. So that would have been or could have been potentially a great fight, you know what I'm saying? And Rolly, I think Rolly would have he could have made 140 with no problem and shit. Cause you know what I'm saying, he was big, you know what I'm saying, for a 135 pounder. Even though that shit didn't mean nothing, he still got knocked the fuck out. But looking at Rolly, you know what I'm saying, I mean, him going up to 140 and shit wouldn't have been a problem. So that's why it's funny, as crazy as it is for Rolly Romero to talk about him fighting Errol Spence, for real, that's really not too far from it possibly, you know what I'm saying, can happen physically. Physically, Rolly, you know what I'm saying, probably could be or move up to 147. Errol will probably still have the height and maybe reach advantage, but as far as weight, I think Rolly could probably make, you know what I'm saying, 147. You know what I mean? I think he gets knocked out. Because you seen and see, that's what Tank systematically broke Rolly down, and he pretty much outboxed him. And just like Rolly said he was going to make Tank run into something, Tank flipped the script and made Rolly run into something. But see, if Rolly moves up to 147, it'll be the same way for Spence. Spence is already naturally the bigger guy, and he just will chop Rolly the way Rolly fight. Nah, he will get chopped down and he would get knocked out inside of 5 rounds. That's in my opinion. If he fought Errol Spence, I don't see that fight going past 5 rounds. If it does go that far, you know what I mean. I see Errol figuring Rolly, because Rolly not hard to figure out. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't box. Yeah, I mean, he throw a lot of wide power shots and shit. You know what I mean? And basically, he does have power, so that puts people on the back foot, and it makes his opponents move and have to reset and readjust. But if you get in there with a bigger guy, somebody like Spence, who has the basically size and height advantage over you, you know what I mean? Like Ed has good footwork, Errol has good footwork, you know what I mean? So you try to throw certain shots and shit. Errol can stay on the same line and just use his feet, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just to back up. And being as though and Brody throw those wide shots where he's like when he throws those shots, he gets off balance. So all Errol has to do is just take a step back. As soon as Rolly throws that shot, gets off the line, fucks up his balance and shit, the Errol just gonna come, you know what I mean, just catch him. Boop. You know what I'm saying? Either with that straight left hand, or he's gonna catch him with the hook. And just like he caught and tagged Sean Porter, Errol's gonna do the same shit to Rolly. And he's probably gonna do it multiple times. Because Rolly is not a disciplined, he's not a boxer. Sean Porter is a busy puncher, he's a mover, but Sean Porter can actually box. Rolly can't do that. Rolly is just an active, you know what I'm saying? He's an active puncher. You know what I mean? He's an active puncher. He's an aggressive puncher. And fighting somebody on Errol Spence's level, he's not ready. He's not ready for that. You know what I mean? Rolly just ain't ready. So he do a lot of talking. But the tangible fact about the idea of that fight is not only you would not be successful, but you are looking at literally getting knocked out twice in a row. Tank will knock you out, and Errol will knock you the fuck out. Just like Errol said, you know what I'm saying? Like, you better try to fuck with Frank Martin, you know what I mean, or Usyk Cruz. And I think Usyk Pitbull Cruz will knock Rolly the fuck out. Frank Martin will probably stop him. But Usyk Pitbull Cruz, you know what I'm saying? I think he can knock Rolly the fuck out. Because Usyk, you know what I mean, he's also aggressive. But Usyk Pitbull Cruz has skill. And he has power. And that uppercut that he throws, I can see him pressing Rolly, cutting off the ring, trapping Rolly in the corner, going, you know what I'm saying, going to work to the body. I can see Rolly trying to, you know what I'm saying, Rolly trying to cover up, and then Eastside, you know what I mean, catching with that double uppercut. Bang, bang, you know what I mean? And just ring Rolly fucking bell, you know what I mean? You just see Rolly, you'll see that motherfucker just melt in the fucking corner. So Rolly, like I said, man, he's a talker, very energetic. You know what I'm saying? That's what people love to hear, very entertaining and shit like that. When it comes down to the fight, when it comes down to the skill, like, nah, you know what I mean? So he should be appreciative. He got the Tank Davis fight, probably going to be the first and maybe the last big payday that he will ever have. But it was a lot of unseen, and some of those narratives was put out there because this one Floyd and Tank was kind of going through whatever they was going through, and they was talking about secretly Floyd was, you know what I mean, backing Rolly. I think what was like he gave Rolly on a cut like $100K if he could you know what I'm saying, if he could knock out you know what I'm saying, Tank Davis. And it was like that's why largely Tank was upset going throughout that fight. Because number one, his contract is about to be up, and number two, the fact that he put him in there, you know what I'm saying, with the likes of Rolly Romero. You know what I mean? Fuck his door, this shit was like a slap in his fucking face. And to a degree, I mean, it was. But like I said, man, Tank came out the fight, you know what I mean, with another, you know what I mean, emphatic knockout. And Rolly Romero, you got your wish. You know what I mean? You got a chance to fight, you know what I mean, Garate Tank Davis. But unfortunately, when you look at that name on your resume, you know what I mean, you will see loss beside it, meaning, you know what I mean, and a knockout loss. Because you lost and you got fucking knocked the fuck out. So moving forward for him, yeah, Rolly better watch who he calls out, you know what I mean? But like I said, I think him and Tio is cool. So I mean, he wouldn't fight. I don't think that's a fight that would fucking happen to Teofimo Lopez and Rolly Romero. You know what I mean? But like I said, talking about Tio, that's a great fight. It's good to see Tio back. That was a great fight between him and Compa. I would like to see who he faces next, if he's going to step his competition up. Because Teofimo Lopez, man, like I said, I mean, it was actually good to see Tio perform, to get reintroduced to his ability. And Teofimo Lopez, man, like he does have great ability. And I can see him The scary part is, you know what I mean, he's going to get better, because that fight was a good fight for him to knock the dust off, to get his feet wet, to get reacclimated, you know what I mean, not only to the division because he's new to the division, but to reset and get reacclimated to the sport of boxing, you know what I mean? From going through that situation health-wise, it was good for him to reset. And like I said, he looked very good, you know what I mean? His movement, cause see, when dudes be doing shit while they training, and then they get into the fight and they don't be doing that shit, you know what I mean? Like, that just goes to say, like, y'all be doing that shit for the cameras. Now, some of the shit that I seen T.O. doing while he was training, you know what I'm saying, like with his footwork and everything, he actually did that shit when he fought Campa. You know what I mean? And that's what impressed me, because it just showed that he was really fucking working. Just when the cameras wasn't on, he just wasn't doing shit just for the cameras and shit like that. You know what I mean? It looked like he's shining while he's in camp. No, he was actually working. He was actually working on things and learning and perfecting things, besides his movement, his slipping, and even the fact that he was working on, you know what I mean, trying to come out or set up shots in the southpaw stance. You know what I mean? But you could tell that's something new. You can't, being the southpaw ain't something that an orthodox fighter can just start fucking doing, because I'm a natural southpaw. And it's just now that I'm getting more comfortable learning how to even approach throwing a jab or anything in the orthodox stance. And I've been working on that shit, you know what I'm saying? I've been practicing that shit for, I probably said the last couple of years, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really have been, you know, making an effort to, like, if I be sparring and shit, if I be, you know what I'm saying, when I'm doing certain things, and then I reset and I change my footwork. Now I'm starting to throw shots, you know what I'm saying, from the orthodox stance. And I know my my straight right hand is better in the orthodox stance than my jab. And it shouldn't be like that. Like, so I gotta keep on working on my jab. My jab ain't bad, but I feel comfortable, as weird as that is. I feel better leading with my power hand if I switch to the orthodox style. And I can even set that shit up better if I happen to transition from southpaw to orthodox and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked on a couple of sequences. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was moving, especially if I was moving on the back foot, where, you know what I'm saying, I could transfer and I could switch and I could set up that right hand. You know what I mean? So that's not easy for Teofimo to learn, especially in one camp. If he really is serious about learning how to fight from the southpaw stance, yeah, that's what. Yeah, I mean, he's going to definitely have to keep on working on that. Because, like, Boots, Bud, these dudes have been doing that shit all their life. So if you doing that shit, if you switching up, you know what I'm saying, like to throw a shot or something like that, ain't nothing wrong with that. Or maybe to even play around with your opponent, give him a different look. But as far as being able to come out into a fight, and then that's how you coming into a fight, you know what I mean? Like being a southpaw and all that, or you switching up throughout the fight, that's something that's going to take a long time for him to get comfortable at and for him to be effective at. But from the way that Teofimo looked, though, man, like I said, I mean, everything looked good, man. Like I said, his timing was just off a little bit. It wasn't terrible, though. It wasn't terrible. You know, I would say like in the first couple of rounds or whatever, I say probably the first 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I mean, T.O. was a little bit wild, a little bit off. But after that, like I said, he really started not only to pick it up, but he really started to put his punches together. He started to find his distance and his reach and his timing. And I think his instincts will improve. You know what I mean? As, like I said, he gets another fight under his belt, I believe he will look just a bit better. So Teofimo Lopez, man, like I said, he looks good, man. He looks good. You know what I mean? So that's why I said, like, Adrien BRONER, man, like, he probably looked at Teofimo like, damn, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, this motherfucker look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I don't look good coming to this fight and shit, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? People will be clowning me and shit like that. So who knows the type of shit that Adrien BRONER was thinking? You know what I mean? He might have thought himself out of this fight. He might have put so much pressure on himself. You know what I mean? He probably just said, fuck it. So which leads me to say, just like I said before, maybe it is time for AB to hang it up. And if it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's just how it is, man. You know what I mean? I mean, get a job doing commentating. He talk enough shit, you know what I mean? But he does know the sport. Adrien BRONER can get a job commentating, you know what I mean? He'll probably, I mean, that'd probably be an interesting job for AB. Or shit, worst coming to worst, start a fucking YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Trust me, everybody would love to see Adrien BRONER, you know what I mean, talk shit. You know what I mean? If he had his own fucking channel, man. So, I mean, outside of boxing, I mean, he could probably still have a life. He could still be involved in the sport, you know what I mean? So, with that said, man, I don't know if you guys got any other, you know what I mean, questions, man, you know what I mean? But, looking at the last question, you know what I'm saying, from Trey, when he's talking about Eubank and kind of Ben. Yeah, that would be a great fight. That would be a great fight when that fight happens, you know what I mean? And I think that fight is going to be different from what people are looking at it to be, for whatever that means, you know what I'm saying? But I think skill for skill, that's going to be an interesting fight. But I do believe kind of Ben will make that fight more competitive, you know what I'm saying? But if Eubank can utilize his weapons, yeah, that's going to be an interesting fight, man. So the way that they put that fight together and was able to put that fight together, hey, man, salutes and hats off to both of their teams. But I think that's going to be a good fight. Definitely worth talking about. You know what I mean? So with that said, though, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It might be Dell Money still up in here, man. But I appreciate you, bro. And I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here because I don't know what time it is and shit. But we have been, you know what I'm saying, on, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit. And I don't know, man. I might do another quick. I might do maybe. I might do another. You know what I'm saying? Quick stream, maybe for like an hour. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But if not, like I said, man, I'm gonna definitely catch y'all on the next one, man. If you're just coming in, we about to get up out of here. But please smash that like button on your way in or your way out, and you know what I'm saying, subscribe, and so you can be a part of the next live, man. Everybody that came in, tapped in, tuned in. Appreciate y'all 100%, 1,000%, 1,000,000%. For the people that been riding, you know what I'm saying, from Dell One Trade, Dell, y'all, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate y'all 100,000%, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button on your way out, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.